This week, we show that if you look at the fine print on the subscription, you'll see that you can't really sue us for anything that happens to you because you watch our podcast. It's really more for your protection than it is for us.
Pussy.
Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode of Cream of the Crop Podcast. I am joined, as always, by my two lovely compadres, KJ and Olas, for a week's worth, or 2 weeks worth, of just nonsense and wrestling. We obviously took a little bit of a break last weekend. It just didn't work out for anybody's schedule, it seemed like. Besides Porto, I think Porto or KJ was the only one that actually had the availability to be here.
Yeah, I didn't get home until midnight, which I mean,
This is about when we start
recording anyway.
Hey,
so
10:30,
I can
baby.
make it.
10:30, baby.
Look at us go.
Getting better.
The new record.
Yeah. So ton to talk about. Some stuff that I can't remember if we've talked about. So I'll talk about it, and then if I realize I have to mention we've already talked about it, we'll move on.
I'll let you know.
Yeah. But as always, we're gonna start the same way we start every week with a little This Week in Geek, and it's a bit of a packed one. There was actually quite a bit of news that's happened in the last 2 weeks when it comes to gaming. Starting with some good news. We rarely get this, it seems like, especially in the gaming scene, but the publishers of Hi-Fi Rush, or the studio, I should say, got acquired. PUBG's, I believe it's Carbon, I think is the company that's behind PUBG, decided to acquire the Hi-Fi Rush studio, whose name escapes me at the moment. But they've hired, I think, most, if not all, the staff that was on for that game in the production, and they've already claimed that they are starting a production on a second one, which is good. If you haven't played Hi-Fi Rush, I would recommend it. I'm not all the way through it yet, but it definitely is a bit of a dark horse game that I wouldn't have expected to enjoy as much as I have. But not a huge story. I just want to, it's always nice when you get the other end of it, because we've talked about for 2 months now of layoff after layoffs, and there's more layoffs. Ubisoft got hit with some layoffs again. Although I don't know the studios that exactly got affected, but I do think X Defiant was one of the studios that got affected by this one, which is a shame because that game seems to be doing pretty well.
It was Tango Gameworks.
Yes.
Is the Hi-Fi Rush?
Yeah.
Cool.
Which they were under.
Bethesda,
Yeah.
which was under Microsoft.
Yeah. So
Which was under something.
good for them. I'm happy to see that that they're getting kind of a second chance here, and I hope whatever sequel they push out will get the appropriate heat it deserves as far as media attention, because I think that was a big killer for that game, is they didn't really promote it, because, you know, Microsoft sucks at promoting anything other than AAA stuff.
Yep.
And the other company is called
Crafton. I knew it was, yeah, I knew it was like Carbon or something that started with a KAR.
Yeah, KRA. But
KRA, whatever. I'm dyslexic. It's fine.
Yeah. Dyslexia kicked in.
But then, of course, you know, we couldn't give you good news without some bad / kind of funny. It's all bad. All news is bad. It's always a rarity when it's good. Borderlands 2. I'm not surprised by it, but I know some people are. Bombed. And when I'm not trying to be hyperbolic on that. It bombed.
Morbius.
Yeah, like we're talking like
in a funny way.
Yeah, we're talking like After Earth Morbius level tanked.
Why did you remind me of that fucking movie?
It's fun fact. One of my wife's favorite Will Smith movies.
After Earth?
Yeah.
The one where he's trapped under. Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Shoulda ended it.
Flat out. Sorry.
Love you, sweetie.
Jesus Christ.
But I believe it had a $110 million budget, or million or billion. I
million.
And that budget alone, half of that budget alone was just
cast
these people. Yeah.
Not even a good, like, the thing is you spent $110 million on a mid cast.
Jamie Lee Curtis gave up being in One Piece to do this. I bet she regrets that
Yeah.
shit now.
But yeah,
Why?
and
Okay,
I always
think about
stand.
one thing. Why get Jack Black to voice Claptrap when the guy was willing to do it?
Yeah, I don't. That's what I said. That was my first complaint when I saw the trailer.
Kevin Hart and Jack Black should have been nowhere near this fucking movie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, what's her name that plays Lilith? Although shouldn't have been near this movie. She phones it in the entire time. It's she got a check and then was like, yeah, I guess I'll show up.
Yeah, fuck this shit.
And not even that. If you're gonna do this movie and you're gonna use characters, can we at least make them video game accurate?
Stop buying game. Stop getting the rights to these movies, to these games, to make movies, and just saying we don't want to do the game.
Yeah.
We just want the IP.
Yeah, I mean that's
vaguely be like it. What's the point? Why are we doing this?
well, that's what oh god, who was it they did an interview with where they talked about that, where studios are moving away from, because back then, you know, you could, if you didn't make it in box office, you could kind of make it up on the back end for DVD sales. Well, now that that's really kind of become an obsolete way to do that and streaming is taken over, a lot of these films aren't doing that now, and they're solely going after IPs that have a market behind them.
Yeah.
And the thing is, this movie could have been great. You easily could have made a fantastic movie. But it's this, and I complain about this all the time. It is someone that took an IP and said, you know what? Fuck that storyline, because that's not good enough. I'm going to try to make my spin on it because I think I can do better. And they didn't.
Yeah. There are plenty of games that would translate into fucking movies. And it's like, you're printing money.
Yeah.
You know what I'd be fine with, honestly? Like, if you're going to buy the IP and you wanted to tell a brand new story, I'd be okay with that. Because at least you're like, hey, it's set in this universe. It's based off of this. We're going to set something completely different that hasn't been told before.
You mean like Fallout?
Obviously, hopefully. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly like Fallout. And obviously, hopefully, like, you want it to be well told and good.
Yeah.
But, like,
from the main story and go, hey, we dropped a little bit of lore for people who care about that.
right. Like, additional lore is perfectly fine with me. Like, a whole new section of stuff that maybe down the line they could even make a game out of or something, like in that realm of whatever, fine. But, like, if you're just gonna take it and fucking bastardize it to, like, a weird point of, like, it's that, but it's not. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, oh, it's,
Well,
it's
I mean,
definitely this.
and even just trailer wise, setting it up for failure, because one, like you said, Jack Black's voicing a character that no one wanted Jack, and I love Jack Black. No one wanted him to voice this character. No one in the Borderlands community wanted him to voice this character.
Right.
When you have a perfectly good voice actor who has done this character, knows this character better than anybody that would have done it, who said he wanted to do it.
And
then,
like, I get marketing to an extent, like, you want non-Borderlands,
Yeah.
like, people, like, hey, who's not familiar with it, like, oh, hey, look, these guys are in it.
yeah.
Let's go watch this movie.
But that's
No,
also
you
why
gotta
there's
get
4 other individuals who are real people that, you know,
Yeah.
you could.
But now it's like Jack Black burnout. Because he was in the Mario movie. He was in, what was it? What other movie was he in where he was voicing another
Oh,
Isn't he gonna be in the fucking Minecraft movie too?
yes, he's Steven. He's the lead in that
Yeah,
one.
so he's like he's gonna be in all these movies. Like, why?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, okay, Peaches was a fucking hit because it was funny and everyone likes Jack Black. But at the same time, I don't want to see 20 different movies where he's just voicing the. It doesn't seem like he's doing anything different. He's just being Jack Black. Cool, that can only work so many times before I'm like, I don't want to see him.
Well, you have two
Like,
sides of the coin, because you have where
Like
he does
Kevin Hart.
Bowser, and it's like, okay, yeah, like I could see him do that kind of character, because, you know, there's really not a lot of voice to Bowser other than grunting, and you could make it your own thing. then you have the opposite where you're taking an established character that has voice lines and has a specific tone and everything and giving it to somebody else who, although I do believe Jack Black understands those games and knows about it because he is a gamer himself, but that people are expecting that character to be a certain way. And when you don't fulfill that, it's going to turn, and I don't think it's inherently he's bad. I just think he's, yeah, it was a bad choice. He as an actor is fine. It's just he wasn't meant for that role.
No.
I think another game that lends itself to, hey, we can just do stuff out of lore was Halo. Not the terrible fucking series they did, but the lead up to Halo 5, where they did like
the horror movie kind of like TV show they did. Yeah.
Outlook.
Yeah,
and
like, that was really good.
The lore, and it's like you don't have to step on any toes. You have a good IP. Here you go. Free reign because there's a big fucking world out there.
Well, even like Halo did that kind of like anime style series where it was a movie, but it was like 5 or 6 different stories. They all had kind of different art styles. And like it wasn't like, I think there was one of them was based around Master Chief, but like it covered other Spartans, it covered the elites, it covered, a bunch of stuff. And it's like, oh my God, this is super cool. That doesn't revolve around the main storyline, but you're building the overall story world.
Yep.
And like, I'm cool with that. Do that, and we said that about the Halo TV show, is that if you made this any other Spartan, it's great. It's fantastic. I would watch it. But you were portraying a character that has lore and story from years, and you're not doing a good job. You're not even following it. You're not even trying to follow it.
Yeah. It's like, oh, we didn't even play the games. We don't care.
Yeah.
It's like,
what are you doing?
Spartans that no one fucking cares about that's gonna die in the end of the end of the show. Perfectly fine. Everybody would have said, cool, tell your story. It might be good, might be bad. Who cares? But at least it's something new.
Yeah. But
I'm still hoping on a God of War game. I don't like Zack Snyder. I don't like the Snyderverse. Fuck it. But I would love a God of War series with him as director.
Yeah.
Well, the first 3. At least the first. At least the Greek part.
So here's my other side of it. And I had the same kind of thing about, although as good of it as it was, I had the same issue with Last of Us. Is that as good as that show is, it is, outside of a few things, because there are some things they expand on and change, it is kind of a 1-for-1 of the game, and the game tells the story so well to begin with.
Yeah.
I don't really know I need a God of War TV show, because the games do such a great job of explaining the story and showing it. Whereas, as much as I love the Last of Us TV show, I don't think it was a needed TV show. Now, I'm happy it was successful and people enjoyed it. And, that's cool. I don't think it was necessary. And I feel that
people are going to be upset when season 2 happens.
Yeah. But to put it in perspective, because we said it bombed, Borderlands had a $110 million budget. It has made $5 million everywhere.
Yeah.
That's globally.
That's fucking Morbius numbers.
So big oofs. But the good news is from that is that a company saw how bad that movie did and said, you know what? We could make a gaming movie that probably will be worse. I don't know, Porto, you may not know this game. I assume, Olash, you would have to know this game, because I feel like it's from kind of your and I's repertoire of older games. Do you recall the fighting game Eternal Legends?
Do I?
Oh God, see, that's how bad this movie's gonna be if even the generation that this game came out in don't even know about this game.
I think I did.
It was a Sega classic.
I have no idea what this is.
Yeah, it was Sega's response to the fighting craze of like the 90s or 80s and 90s.
So they're Mortal Kombat.
They're Mortal Kombat / Street Fighter.
Okay.
Wait, was it Eternal
Or
Champion?
sorry, Eternal Champions. Yes, sorry.
Okay.
Eternal
Yeah,
Champions.
All right. I thought because I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait.
Because I remember playing this game on the Sega handheld they had back in the day.
Oh my god. Yeah, I do
But they're talking that they want to make a live TV show of this game, and it's
remember.
I'm good
No.
because
They're just buying random IPs.
No.
I don't think the game was that popular, so I don't know what they're
It
expecting.
wasn't.
I don't know what they're expecting out of this. And I almost, because I saw this earlier in the week, and I almost wasn't gonna talk about it because I'm like, no one's gonna care about this. And then Borderlands kind of happened, and I go, you know what? Let's just go ahead and throw out all the stupid shit they're gonna try and do. Yeah. Here's the thing: if people thought the Mortal Kombat, the new one, was bad, this will be worse.
Watch it be better. That would be great.
Oh my god, I'd lose my mind. But yeah, so just a little bit of movie information there that I thought was it's gonna get real interesting in the gaming movie, because that's definitely the era we're in now, is that they're gonna just start pumping out game movies.
They don't
Yeah.
have to though. Like
Well, yeah, they don't, but they didn't have to with comic book movies, and that, we had that era of we're just gonna pump out a comic movie every year, and 90% of them will be okay, and then we'll have 10% that are just dog shit.
So, just to break up a little bit, just a quick distraction. I was just gifted a game.
Oh god.
No, it's kind of where we started it from. Remember the game you were trying to get me to play or get me to buy?
Lockdown Protocol?
Yeah,
Oh, did
I
like
just gifted that game.
well, I know. You know why I'm mad at you? Because I gifted you a game and you had the audacity to return it to me, asshole.
Wait, what game was it?
Shit.
Lethal Company, probably.
No.
No, because I remember what it. I don't remember what the game was. I remember why I refunded it to you.
Again.
It's because I already fucking bought it.
Steam didn't
Like,
say you had it.
I promise you, it was like you gifted it to me and I never noticed it.
It's fun. That's
So
fun.
at that point, I had bought it.
He's so hurt.
It's fun. Got that message on stream 2 weeks ago and was like, fuck this guy.
No, because it was. Oh, I know. It was chained together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I
you
had
hadn't bought it when we talked about it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be nice because I want you to play this with me.
And then I bought it to play it with you.
Again. My
So
money's
we
no
did,
good here, I guess.
Did we not play that game together?
Yeah, we did.
All right then.
So then there you go. All right, so that's
I just want to be petty.
So speaking of funny story about, so Raven
Yeah.
bought me the Star Wars
Battlefront.
Oh.
Yeah, but like the old, obviously not the remastered
Yeah.
version that got torn to shreds by everybody. So then I went to go.
He bought you
Download
the
it.
wrong one.
Yeah, he did. I went to go download it and it won't even let me do it. I'm like, wait,
Jesus.
hold on, what is it?
That guy.
Where is it? Yeah, it says classic 2005, and then it gives me an option to purchase it, and I went, hold on, why is it in my library if I have to purchase it? So he like
what a guy.
sent it to me to download.
Oh my god.
I didn't even tell him yet. I can't wait to make fun of him for it. But yeah, it was just
Oh fucking.
love the guy. Fucking doofus.
I haven't talked to that guy in like forever.
He's back. He's back going now.
I'm surprised.
Fair enough.
He was okay, but
Hey, all of you have issues. In all fairness, if there's one thing that having the getting you guys in the divorce, you all have issues.
Look, you got 2 people to complain about me. That was about it. If it was more, then fuck.
Anyway,
Uh, fucking threw my ADD ass off. Oh, Overwatch. Um, after like a year of Overwatch 2 trying to let us all know how different they are than Overwatch 1,
We're back to
we're just
Overwatch.
going back to Overwatch. So we did the 5v5 thing, which was how Overwatch 2 was different. Change the meta. Only 5 people on a team. Yeah, we're going back to 6v6.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Because I guess nobody liked 5v5. I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning was. Their reasoning was bullshit. I know it is. Where it said, well, we're trying to give a broader experience for everybody. Yeah, fucking.
You mean the experience from 2018?
2018.
Yeah.
But yeah, just Blizzard doing Blizzard things. There's not even an explanation for it. It didn't surprise me. It just sounds about right.
As somebody who doesn't play Overwatch, every time I hear about Overwatch, it just gets better.
Yeah.
Like in the funniest way.
Not
possible.
in game,
Like,
but just
just the news gets funnier and funnier every time I hear about it, and it always seemingly gets either worse or regressed back to what it originally was fucking 5 years ago. And I'm like,
pretty much. Well, the other funny thing they did is they pretty much made it pointless because the battle passes, the way they work is there's usually some big mythical skin at the end of it that's like supposed to be really cool. That doesn't matter anymore. You can just buy it later on with a third currency that they added.
oh, perfect.
So now you have your in-game currency that you can earn. You have your gold currency that you can purchase. Now you have a mythic currency that is only to purchase those mythic skins that you might have missed out on. I don't know, man. I don't know. And I play the game. I don't understand.
I wish I had that background of all the math
equations.
Yeah, just
but yeah, so I just Overwatch doing Overwatch things, I guess. I'll do this in a different order since we're talking about games.
That's great.
And then of course, can't talk about Overwatch without talking about Call of Duty, obviously. Call of Duty
go hand in hand in the sense that terrible
fucking
franchise.
hand in hand.
It's not that bad.
Nah, this one's kind of dirty. So a company had come out and was making a mod to Modern Warfare Remastered, where it pretty much made Modern Warfare 2 remastered. And the community was crazy about it. This has been going on for months that they were doing this. No complaints from Activision. You would think that'd be something you would send out relatively early of like, hey, get away from our fucking game. And even so much that the week of the mod coming out, they threw Modern Warfare Remastered on sale for everybody to be able to get. The day before this mod was supposed to drop, they sent a cease and desist letter to this company.
Let's go. Honestly, that's not surprising.
It's not. I don't understand why Call of Duty's fucking allergic to the mod community.
Because, okay, when you're it's a simple answer. They are doing something that has been requested by their fans.
Yeah.
And they can't make a profit off of it because they don't want to do it because they just don't want to. They don't want to listen to the fans. They want to give you whatever the fuck they decide is enough.
See, my thing is, I don't understand how you. For one, I'd almost tried it in court just to see what would have happened.
Oh,
because I genuinely don't think they have a leg to stand on. I think
they don't.
Because they're not making money off of it. It's not being purchased. They're not using. This is.
Yeah, but it's still using their
assets.
Yes, but at the same time, people are purchasing this game
without permission.
And
you're using their assets. It doesn't matter.
I still think you could.
Losing in that. If you took that to court, a judge will go, "You're using their assets. Doesn't matter."
But then how is it? Because here's my thing: is they let people do it in Black Ops 3 with zombie maps. They let them mod those.
did they mod them or was it like?
It's mods.
Because I don't know. It's at their discretion though.
But
At
that's what I'm
any
saying
point,
is
they
it.
can just go, "Fuck you,"
Yeah, because they can also turn around and do that to
retroactively do.
those same people
Yeah,
with the Black Ops 3 maps. So they, I mean, at any point in time, if they felt like they wanted to,
I
they
just,
could do
is it?
that.
Hold up. Are you saying like mods and like completely like they took assets and reinvented them, or are we doing like a Halo Forge kind of thing?
I mean,
Where
Halo
people are making
Forge, but it's still people reforming and modding content to make it look different, like
well, if
making
it's in
zombies look
old
like
school,
Mario and Luigi, or making, or like that's not something that's
but
just
they
in the
own.
game.
But at that point, they own the rights to use it at their discretion. If you use their assets
But
to make the game different in any way, it doesn't matter. They still own that content. So at any point, they can shut anything down.
still bullshit. Fuck you guys for that.
Oh, it's no,
I was
it's
excited
bullshit
for
from
it.
a
I saw it.
fan.
I was like, shit, I'm gonna
From
do
a
it.
fan standpoint, it's a giant fuck you.
I hope Black
From a
Ops
legal
6
sense,
fucking
fuck.
bombs.
It's not.
I
You
hope
know
it.
it's not.
It
won't,
won't, but I hope it does.
You know it won't.
I don't know, man, because they have pissed off quite a few of the gaming organizations that help promote this game.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
but
matter.
yeah, it's unfortunately it just doesn't seem to
The
make a
people who will
difference.
buy this game in bulk are people who do not give a single fuck
Yeah,
about those game companies.
true.
But also, I
It's
mean,
the same people who buy Madden every year.
right, and it
It
hasn't
doesn't matter
changed
how lazy
in
that game. It
15
doesn't
years.
matter how lazy that game is. How many used assets they've used from previous games that they what is it? Fucking assets from Madden 2020 were still found in 2024. Like
I'm sure
numbers.
it goes
Hey,
back further than that
oh
too.
yeah, probably like 2018. But I'm
Yeah,
just
so I
saying,
was thinking
like
like Madden 18.
they could blatantly say, "Hey, we use old assets, but we're selling it to you at a higher price." They wouldn't fucking care. They're
Yeah.
still gonna buy it.
No,
So yeah, no, it doesn't matter. It's still gonna fucking sell out because people want to play Call of Duty for fucking eternity. So it's the same way with what was it? Halo Fallout. The new mod expansion, Fallout London,
Yeah.
where 2 days before it was supposed to come out, hey, we're gonna give all Fallout 4 players this new next gen
The crash is the
update, and
mod.
it
Yeah.
fucked the mod up.
Fuck the
It
game up.
completely, yeah. But every update fucks Fallout.
Oh,
I
that's
was like,
true.
this feels like a deliberate fuck you to
Yeah.
the mod community. And guess what? Nothing changed. People just chugged on.
Yeah, I'm curious if they'll ever give a response about it, because I would love to see the comment section of that. That would be
The cease and
hilarious.
desist?
Yeah,
Oh fuck
no,
yeah.
that would be
they won't.
great.
I
Where
mean, dude, they didn't even stand a bat for the fact that they put a game out a year sooner than they were supposed to, and it was basically just
DLC.
DLC.
Yeah.
They never said anything about that because they know what the backlash is, but they know that they have people that are gonna buy it regardless. They don't care anymore. They're just in fucking what's the word for that?
denial?
Cruise control. They're just in
Yeah.
cruise control. They're just, they're not even paying attention. They're just like, hey, slightly change this one thing and then put it out for a
Yeah.
new game.
So
Like that's all it is. I, as somebody who plays like sports games, I stopped playing Madden years ago. I bought one 2 years ago, and I hadn't in probably 4 or 5 years before that, and went, I feel like I'm playing the same thing I was playing 5, 6 years ago.
Yeah. Updated roster.
So yeah, and like same thing with 2K. Um, it does look a little different. I've been seeing some stuff, and I'm like, oh, don't tempt me with it again, because I know I'm gonna get into it, and it's gonna microtransaction the fuck out of me for everything, and I'm not here for it.
If you want a sports gameplay, MLB The Show.
Yes, fantastic.
give me
Uh,
those old school baseball games where
King Griffey Jr.'s. Wow, God, what was it called on N64? The King Griffey.
Oh, I don't remember the 64 one. I know the SNES one was Ken Griffey Jr.'s winning run, and then what was the N64 one?
It's like,
Fuck.
oh God, it was great though. It was a really good baseball game. No, well, because now they're talking that they're going to revitalize the Street franchise, but I know they're going to absolutely just turn it to
It
shit.
was just Major League Baseball featuring Ken Gifford Jr.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no,
Um,
that's gonna be fucked. Everyone's gonna, it's gonna suck if they.
Oh, they had a. I'm sorry, they had a Slugfest one too.
I think
I forgot
that's
that there was two
yeah,
different
the
versions of.
Slugfest one.
There's two. Yeah.
But yeah, because they had mentioned about bringing back like NFL Street, I think, and maybe NBA Street, and I just know they'll fuck it all to hell. I know it.
It won't
I
be a
continue
regular
to
football.
stand
It's
by.
gonna be dumb. It's like
I continue to stand by. And one made a basketball game, and I thought personally it was better than the NBA Street games. The NBA Street games were a little more cartoony than I wanted them to be,
Yeah.
and the N1 game was a little bit more realistic. So,
Yeah, I mean, you gotta think that was the time period of that kind of EA
oh yeah,
where it was like SSX and all that stuff, where it was the over the top.
yep.
Yeah, and then speaking of conglomerates that are just evil, Disney's also in some hot water, as they usually fucking are. I don't know if you all have seen this story, but
oh, I know about this one.
to kind of paraphrase, because it's a bit of a long one, is that there was a couple that were taking a trip. I believe it was Disney World,
Yep.
and the wife had food allergies. I believe it was dairy and nuts, maybe.
It was a nut allergy.
And of course, they told the staff, hey, she has allergies that are pretty serious, and they said there should be no issue. Well, the woman had the meal and then died later that night from anaphylactic shock. Um, Counterpoint, probably should have had an EpiPen, but that's just saying. Not saying that excuses, but maybe have that just in case.
I mean, yes, if I don't have a food allergy that I'm aware of, but I would always.
If I know, like, I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
one on me. But
Mistakes do happen, but obviously it's if they were told about the allergy and they still did it, like fuck you, dude, that's fucked up.
yeah,
As somebody who used to work in the food business for a long time, that's not that's not a risk you can take. Um, don't get me wrong, I've had my fair share of like really irritating requests for certain things and whatever. Um, but yeah, I mean as soon as I'm told about a food allergy, like everything changes.
yeah,
All the cutlery changes, the cutting board changes, like you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Just no cross contamination.
Yeah.
And so obviously this very upset husband files a wrongful death lawsuit against Disney, and Disney is quoting that this case should be thrown out because he is a Disney Plus member, and in the
No,
Disney
it's
Plus,
not even that. No. It's not even that. It's more petty than it. At some point, he got a trial,
or yeah, it was
a
a
fucking free
trial.
trial of Disney Plus. It's not even like, oh well, he's consuming Disney product. First of all, that has nothing to do with going to Disneyland and being served food that you were told was allergen free and still contain that allergen.
But I believe
It's
the basis of them saying it should be thrown out because of that is because in the Disney Plus terms of agreement, it dictates that any kind of legal matters will be decided to the person in a claims court of sorts. The person being dead, of course. Um, so they're asking that this case be dismissed because of that.
if and it's in Florida too. So
Yeah,
there's a
well,
judge. Yeah, fucking. Of course, it's in Florida. The
um,
person
so,
that went to Florida.
so
Fucking. I hate this. I fucking hate this. They're evil.
So be careful.
A judge.
If you wanted to
A
binge
judge should
watch,
fucking bury you that.
if you wanted to binge watch Mandalorian, it might cost you your life. Um, that's wild. I don't even have a good joke for that because it itself is the biggest joke that I could make. Of because you signed up for this, it means you can't
Not even
sue
the
us for
person who died.
anything.
That's the thing. It's not even the person who. Well, the person who died didn't even didn't get the subscription.
Yeah, it's I
That shit is
pray
so fucking.
whatever judge looks at this goes, good
Laugh in
one.
their face and go, "What the fuck is wrong with you, you heartless bastard?"
I pray
And
that
like
it's that
whatever
way.
you're getting sued for, I hope it's now like triple.
Triple it.
Like,
Yeah.
I hope this guy
Fucking
doesn't have to
Christ.
work a day in his life afterwards.
I hope that if he has kids, those kids never have to work a day in their life.
Yeah.
He owns a slice of Disneyland by the time this shit is.
God. But
And
yeah.
like the
hope
good
he-
slice, not like, you
I
know,
hope
Not
he
like
owns
the
a
small
Hall
ball,
of
basketball.
Presidents or
Yeah.
No, I want him to own Cinderella's castle by the time this shit done.
give him Hollywood
Yeah.
Studios, not Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, he doesn't get Epcot. He gets
He
like
sh-
something solid, you know, like
No, he shows up in every Disney Plus show because of this.
He's the
guy.
new Stan Lee. He's the new Stan Lee. Just
I
a
want
cameo
his
in
face-
everything.
Nah, fuck that. I want his face on the Disney Plus homepage.
No, the statue of Walt and Mickey, just like
This guy.
tape a picture of him on it. It's just,
No, he gets his own fucking statue
but yeah,
in
that's
the
just
fucking restaurant.
Disney.
I
Just
mean, to be fair, I feel like she should get the statue, but
Oh,
that's-
both of them. Giant statue. As
Yeah.
a reminder, do not fuck over people's orders.
oh, there was one other thing before I end this week in geek, that I happened to come across, and I'm curious if you all have seen this. So, do you all remember how the X-Men '97 director got dropped from the show literally like a day before it
Annually.
a day before that it got released?
Yep.
Might be some insight to that. We might have a bit of a Dr. Disrespect situation.
Ooh.
Add another motherfucker to the calendar. Let's go.
Nothing's been
Allegedly.
confirmed, so I'm not gonna say allegedly.
Allegedly, yes.
Basically he
Just
came
put
out and made a
giant
comment.
alleged.
Yeah, just there's gonna be just allegedly.
Alleged.
He had, I guess, made a comment about the wrongful termination, that it was because he shared a fan art, I believe it was of Cyclops, maybe.
Cyclops? Yeah.
That
Like a fucking speedo.
yeah, that was a bit risky, but it was for Pride Month, I believe.
Yep.
So he claims that he got the letter shortly after that he was being released, and it was because of that. Not inherently something that I would assume would get you released, but not out of the realm of possibility.
Well, with Disney, it's a big if. He tried to play the rainbow card, and Disney went, "Nah, we're gonna blow this shit up if you want to blame us. We're in enough hot water with this lawsuit."
I mean, pretty much
Blow this
without better words stated, we did an internal investigation and we released him because there was egregious offenses that this man was committing in the company. So
Try us.
we'll see what happens, and
Yeah.
we'll get back to you. But wanted to drop that one
We'll
in there.
update you when we know more.
Yeah. But that ends my This Week in Geek, and then we are going to transition to what's become kind of a consistent thing now, because we've done it, this is week 3 technically.
Third time.
Mhm.
I'm going to see if these motherfuckers can guess who I'm thinking about, and this time I'm going to be a dickhead about it.
He's thinking about me.
Just
guys.
because Calendar Man.
Calendar Man was it was terrible, and I hate you for it.
I know comics.
Are we still doing it the same way, where you get comics, he gets a wrestler, and then you both get games? Which one of you wants to go first?
Wait, no.
All right, was it?
I get comics, he gets game, and we both get wrestling.
I think we've
Okay,
done this
yeah.
3 times.
No, because
Okay.
well, we changed it. The first time it was just you doing it.
Yeah,
Second time we gave you something.
yeah, fuck you
after.
guys.
Yeah, so now you're just getting your revenge.
Do you? I mean, I'm trying to think logistically. Would it be easier to give us each a wrestler?
I can do that going forward, where I can have one
Yeah,
for
Just
each.
so we're
of
not
you.
talking over each other.
Yeah.
I guess. And I mean, either one is fine. It's like if you don't want to do it this week, that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll just make do. I don't want to put you on the spot and make you think of another.
Yeah. We'll,
Yeah, no,
we'll,
that's fine.
we'll fix it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
all a learning experience.
I'm just saying, moving forward.
Yeah.
That,
All right. Well, then, which one of you assholes want to go first?
I'll go first. Fuck
Yeah.
Get my fucking timer going here. Chill out, TikTok. Or stopwatch, not a timer. A minute, dude.
Oh.
All right. Your 60 seconds for your comic book character start now.
Male or female?
Both.
Okay. Fuck. Was on the X-Men.
Not that I know of. Or yes, actually, I take that back. Yes. Yep.
Was on the Avengers.
No.
Do they have normal colored skin?
Yes.
Fuck. Are they a mutant? Question.
No.
Are they black?
No.
Okay. Does their name have a color?
No.
Or is their name based off an animal?
Nope. 5 seconds.
Did they lead the X-Men?
No. Time. You want one final guess?
I got nothing, so I'm just gonna. You know what? Fuck it, Blob.
No.
Okay.
So, a question you should ask is how many people were this character? So this is a character that has had, in all fairness, has had 3 individuals play this character.
Fucking Phoenix.
No, it's Captain Britain.
You're a
Him, his twin sister, and then I believe there's a third one, another female that plays him. They've both of them have been on the X-Men. He's not technically a mutant.
You're playing very fast and loose with this.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you, calendar man. I don't want to hear it.
I gave you a solid person. You know what? You're gonna have to guess my comic character in a few, so I don't care.
Okay.
We're good. We're good here.
Fuck you, asshole.
That's like me picking Robin and going, "Hey, male or female?" Well, both.
In all fairness, there's 2 iterations of Captain Britain that go between in the same universe. Him and his twin sister.
That's like guessing Spider-Man and just throwing Miles Morales' feats in there too. Okay. And it would throw anybody off.
Nah.
Okay.
I've upset him now. God damn it.
I'm not upset.
All right, Olas. Yours is a little easier.
Of
Okay.
course.
Thank God.
What,
All right.
Man, easy dub. Okay, I'm sorry.
Your 60 seconds start now.
Recent?
Yes.
Within the last 5 years.
Yes.
I'm guessing. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm guessing game, right? Not like character.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll go
sorry.
ahead and
Sorry.
let's try this again.
I forgot.
Video
what I was
game
doing.
character.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it is video game
Yes,
character, not
yeah.
video game. Okay. So it's recent within the last 5 years.
Yes.
Okay. Is it an RPG?
No.
Is it a shooter?
Nope.
Is it an adventure action type of game?
It's an action game, but not an adventure action.
Okay. Male or female?
Male.
Male. Older or younger?
Quite a bit older.
Quite a bit older. Fucking A. White or black or Hispanic or other?
Japanese.
Okay. Is it fucking oh my god. Ghost of Tsushima?
No. 10 seconds.
No.
There's a genre you haven't asked me about that I think will.
I sure haven't.
60 seconds. Do you want to take
I got nothing.
So you didn't say fighter. And this fighting game came out with like in the last 2 years. The Street Fighter.
He still has to guess a character.
He said he didn't know.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
It is Akuma from Street Fighter.
Okay, yeah. I was going once you said fighting game, I went either Akuma or Ryu.
Yeah.
But okay, yeah, fighting game. You know what threw me off because I didn't think fighting game. I said action.
Well, that's why I was like,
Yeah,
technically,
it has
action
fighting.
is right, but not action adventure. Like, I would classify action as like, this is an action fighting game.
Well, I think action adventure and like action RPG are the two main like action
Okay.
Yeah.
categories. But that's whatever. That's fine.
He's also in Tekken. I did forget about that. I forget he is in
Yes,
Tekken.
yes.
Yeah. All right.
He's also been around a little longer than the last 5 years.
Well, I know, but you said,
Yeah.
okay, but you asked within the last 5 years, and yes, he has made an appearance in the last 5 years. Actually, technically, both in Tekken and Street Fighter in the last 5 years.
Okay. To give Ola some credit, I feel like the context of his question would have been, has the game he's appeared in come out in the last 5 years?
That's still
Like,
yes.
Yes,
original-
but his origins don't start within the.
But
last
you
5
didn't
years.
specify
So
that.
now
that would
I'm
be an
trying to
asterisk
think
of-
of. Yeah, I was trying to think then of like a recent character, not you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Akuma's been around since the '90s.
Then it sounds like
I
you
wouldn't
should
have-
have specified your question.
See, now he okay.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it out of either of you.
Time for the wrestler between the two of us.
You all will get this one. I know you will.
Fucking better.
He's gonna lose it if y'all don't get this one. He's gonna fucking kill me. All right.
Brian Kendrick.
I'd have laughed if you had if that had been it. Just be like, yep, you got it. All right, 60 seconds for the wrestler, starting now.
Male or
Male or-
female?
Male.
Currently active.
No.
Active in the last 10 years.
Yes.
Active in the '90s.
No.
Oh, interesting.
Do they have a gimmick where they dance?
No.
Okay.
Did they recently cut a promo on KFC?
No.
Okay. I was gonna eliminate Enzo.
Did they work for only one like major company?
No.
WWE.
What-
Yes.
TNA.
AEW.
Yes.
Which
And
one?
both. Yes. Although I think AEW, he wasn't this person. This character, I should say.
Fuck.
I'm gonna give you an extra
they-
30 seconds just because I
Were
want
they
you
a
to.
champion? Were they a champion in any company?
Yes.
Were they a champion in every company?
No.
World champion or just like champion? Like
Low card.
Cruiserweight champion.
Yes. Five seconds.
Are they shorter than all three of us?
I don't know the answer to that one offhand, actually.
Okay.
Probably
so-
about our height.
Okay, that just
I've let you all go way above time because I'm having fun with this. I want to see. For those
Oh.
watching, they didn't get it in 60 seconds, but I want to see if
no.
they can get it at all.
because I want to just say Leo Rush, but that
No,
doesn't
not that recent.
no.
Because they were
AEW
active in the
doesn't have that
2000s.
many people in.
You're
That would've
thinking
been
you're thinking
cruiserweight
really
champion.
like you're thinking really recent cruiserweight. I didn't specify it was recent.
You said, fuck it. Go.
Cruiserweight's
Go
been
Rush.
around since like early 2000s.
So they weren't. Well, yeah, they weren't. So they weren't around in the '90s. They were in WWE, TNA, and AEW, and they were a cruiserweight.
I'll narrow this down a little bit. Their most impactful time was at WWE.
I'm just trying to think of cruiserweight champions that would fit the bill.
I'll even give you another championship. He was also the European champion.
Did they still have the European champion? Oh, the very early 2000s.
Yeah.
Fuck. but they weren't a world champion.
No. Had a very notable feud with The Rock.
So
Oh.
was it the Hurricane?
Yeah.
What? Wait, was he in?
He was in
AEW?
TNA, he was in Ring of Honor, he was in AEW in 2020.
He wrestled.
I
Dark Shade.
forgot. Yeah, I forgot
his
because
actual name.
he's working for WWE again, isn't he? As an
Yeah.
agent?
Yes.
I think he's a
Yeah, yeah, either an agent or a
that's
producer.
a
And
that's a
yeah, okay, that's fair. Because that's where I went. I was like, oh, it's got to be Gregory Helms because he's who I think about when
I
think
would have
about-
taken not the Hurricane, but if you had a
Yeah.
I would have counted that as well.
To be fair, he was active in the end of the 90s. But
I guess yeah,
that's
WCW
fine.
wasn't he? Yeah, he was
Yeah.
at there. It was 99 when he joined WCW because
When
he was
you
in
did-
he was
yeah.
in 3 Count.
Yes.
God, I forgot about that actually.
Yeah.
So that's my bad. I'll
No,
take a
and
fumble on that. I forgot that he was.
No, it's you know what? I'm okay with you not counting it because it was like 99 and only like a part of 99, so I'm not even like upset about it.
yeah.
I feel like KJ really hates me tonight. I can just tell he's Google searching the most random ass character.
Oh no,
This character's been 8 different people at the same time.
No. No.
I'll give you your Robin scenario is similar.
Yeah.
I still would have taken that as a loss if you had given me a Robin and wanted me to specify the Robin.
That's not that. It's not that hard to differentiate the Robins.
And in all fairness, I would have taken any Captain Britain. I wouldn't have specified, but it's ironic.
The thing is, I can't be mad because I don't know Marvel like that. Marvel is not my wheelhouse.
Because as I grew up reading Excalibur, which was their team.
So, all right. So who's guess you want to go? Olaf or me?
Let's just get yours over with. Fucking.
Okay. Fat. Let me just get the timer out. Just want to double check a few.
Wait, I'm doing my turn. I didn't agree to that.
Nah.
Makes you feel better. I'm 0 for 3. So I mean, like, this is the first time I've stumped both of you.
Yeah. Ready and start.
Marvel or DC?
DC.
Villain or hero?
Hero.
Like anti-hero?
No.
Just plain hero.
Yes.
Justice League.
No.
What did you say, Marvel or DC again? I fucking
DC.
Bat Family.
Yes.
So not in the Justice League, but part of the Bat Family. Any of the Robins.
Technically.
Okay. Dick Grayson.
No.
Jason Todd.
No.
Tim Drake.
No.
The redhead, whose name I don't remember offhand. The female
No.
but Robin from
No.
Batman Returns.
No.
Okay.
5 seconds.
What's bad is I know the Bat Family by figure, but not by names because there's some newer ones.
Well, that was 60 seconds. You gotta give me a name.
Okay, it's Bat Family, kind of a Robin, not in Justice League.
Had worn the Robin costume at least.
I don't know. The only one I can. Okay, so it's okay. That's not who it. Ooh, man.
You went through the main Robin.
Yeah, that's why I'm like.
Well, minus like 2, but
I guarantee I'll know it when you say it because I can picture like the Bat Family, but I can't picture the names. Barbara.
Nope.
Nah.
This person wasn't technically a bad girl.
Okay.
Stephanie Brown.
Ooh,
male or
that
female.
that's a good. Well, no, well, yes, but once you said Bat Family, I can place like. Stephanie.
I didn't want to do.
Does she wear the Robin costume? I don't remember that.
Stephanie Brown has at least worn the Robin suit because there was a point in time where it was like We Are Robin.
I want to see if
There
it's.
was a time between Steph.
God damn it! That is the one that I was picturing. I couldn't think of what her name was.
Yeah.
What does she go by outside of?
Spoiler.
That's right. Because okay. Because I remember seeing her in Young Justice and was like, "Who the fuck is this?"
She is Spoiler, Robin, and Girlbat.
Hey, that's fair. That's a good one.
I'm gonna give you at least something close enough to like main. I've been staying
No,
in the
it's
Bat family, in the Batman universe, in the Batman.
that's when you would have got me 100% because like I said, I can always picture her, but I've never read deep enough into her stuff that I remember her name or what.
When you ask hero villain, the reason why it took a second,
She's kind of a Jason Toddish character, isn't she? Where like she kills
Not
people,
really.
or
Not
she
really.
has killed
You're-
people.
no, you're thinking of Cassandra Cain.
Yes.
The one that's mute.
Yes.
Who
Yes.
Who only speaks in combat.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was raised as an assassin. But
What a
Stephanie
sentence.
Brown.
I
Stephanie
only
Brown
speak in
was the-
combat.
That's
the most baller thing. That would make me not want to fight you. Go,
Yeah.
you know what? You win, bro.
No, because she has the
My
best
brown
bat-
pants for that.
No, Cassandra Cain has the best batsuit because she doesn't have a mouth. It's like
It's just a
stitch-
cow.
it's- Yeah, it's a cow with stitching covering her mouth.
Yeah.
And she doesn't speak. So she's the one that's like, oh, she will fuck you up. Guaranteed. There is no talking your way out. But Stephanie Brown is the one whose dad was a villain.
Yeah.
Who had one of like bullshit ass, hey, all the C-list villains came together and made up this plan to stump Batman because the entire night he was going down the A-list. And they got away with it if it wasn't for her.
Oh, is it Clue Master? Isn't that
Yeah.
her dad?
I think so. That's why she's spoiler.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes that main. Well, it doesn't make it make sense, but I understand it now.
Yeah,
Because here it pisses me off is I should have known that because she's in fucking Kite Man.
Yeah.
And I'm in the middle of watching that. God damn it. No, good one.
I could have been the biggest dickhead and went just straight obscure like DC character.
Oh yeah, because Calendar Man's not fucking obscure.
I could go Doom Patrol.
If you go Doom Patrol, I'm never getting it. I don't want I know like 3 characters because of Teen Titans from Doom Patrol.
Oh no, you don't know the road.
Oh
Who
yeah.
really is into a street who died, got paved over.
Jesus Christ.
I do.
All right. Come on,
So
let's.
I'm doing a video game character for you, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep, I got him.
Oh god.
Alright,
Tell
hold on,
me when
where's
it
my little
starts.
Timer thingy. Set a timer for 60 seconds. Bro. Set a timer for 60 seconds. Alright, go.
Male or female?
Male.
Active in the 90s,
No.
2000s, early 2000s, late
Yes.
2000s.
Yes.
Currently active.
No.
WWE.
Video game
No.
character, man.
Oh shit, that is. God damn it. I'm fucking
Alright, hold on.
sorry.
on.
See, I sat there and talked shit, and then I turned around and did the
Going
same
down
thing
the line,
Olas
I
did.
was like, wait,
It was a
this
bit
makes
because Olas did it for mine. I wanted to. That's what it
Okay.
was, guys.
Yeah, you're full of shit. Anyway.
He was answering yes to most of them. So
Yeah, you were asking the right question to an extent. Alright, ready?
yep.
That was hilarious.
Video game
Character.
character.
Got it.
Okay. Now.
Okay. Fighting.
No.
Shooter.
Kind of.
FPS shooter.
Yes and no.
RPG.
No.
Action adventure.
Yes.
Third person.
Yes.
Microsoft. Or Microsoft exclusive.
No.
Sony.
Originally, yes.
Shit.
20 seconds.
Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Mainly Xbox. Xbox.
No.
Uh, third person, Grand Theft Auto.
Nope.
Fuck. Um,
There you go.
was it an exclusive? Isn't anymore. Not recent. Fuck.
I'll even throw you a curveball just for fun. They also appeared in another game, kind of. They've had multiple games.
Okay.
I'm just gonna give you hints. They've had multiple games, and then they appeared in a different game, kind of.
This sounds like a Soul Calibur character.
It's not.
Damn. I don't know. I'm lost.
Sam Fisher,
Fair.
Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
So it started out as an Xbox game, then
Was that an
went-
Xbox exclusive?
Yes.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah, because it didn't come out on the PS2, but it came out on the Xbox, and then once they moved to the 360 and the PS3,
That's a good
no,
one.
even the PS2 had a couple of.
Because I thought PS2 had the co-op one.
They had Double Agent was I
Yeah.
think the last one before, and even that I think got technically like a new gen version. And then he appeared kind of in Siege
Yeah, but not as Sam Fisher because they
as
don't
Agent
use him.
Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though it's owned by the same company, they didn't use his name. I don't fucking know.
Okay, so what would you label that genre as? I'm curious.
Which one?
As like
Splinter Cell?
Splinter Cell.
It's a stealth action adventure.
Stealth action. Okay. I was curious because I think you could have gave me 100 guesses and shooter would have been as close as I would have gotten to thinking of that
the
genre.
only reason I said kind of shooter was because of
the last one's more of
because of Siege.
Yeah.
Because he appeared in Siege technically.
Yeah.
But that's why I was like, kind of. Like, I don't want you to think it's just a shooter. And that's why you were like FPS. And I was like, kind of. Because he did appear in that FPS. But he's.
So I will say the person I was thinking of was close. I was thinking of Snake. Because he appeared in Smash. That's why I asked, like, when I kind of made the comment of this almost sounds like a Soul Calibur kind of thing where it's like some random ass character they threw in.
If you remember the question you asked about active in the 90s, I would have had to have said yes to that.
Yeah. Well, that's what threw me off.
And he wasn't a Xbox exclusive. He was more of a
Yeah.
PlayStation exclusive. Yeah. So. Yeah, because I don't think
I did not know that about Splinter Cell
Xbox
though.
Until the 360.
I almost want to say Xbox One.
No, they had.
Which one did they have on 360? I thought 4 was like the first one that came to Xbox.
I think it was 4 that came to. It was the 360 and the PS3. Whichever one launched, like what came out around the same time as the PS3 and the Xbox did.
Gotcha.
That was the one where I was like, oh, I didn't know they were doing Metal Gear on Xbox.
See, Porto, look, I'm like 0 for 5 at this point. I can't get any of these. I suck at this. This is why I just wanted to have you guys do it because it doesn't make me look like shit.
Yeah, but now it works out that none of us guessed.
Well,
See, so we can all take solace in that.
Who's doing my wrestler?
I got one.
I did it last time, so
All
I'll let you
right.
get this.
Fucking some obscure ass fucking.
How much do I want to be a dick about it?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
fuck it. Let's just see what happens.
Cause if you pick me, I'm doing obscure fucking AEW. Right? I can do any AEW.
Oh yeah, I mean that's fine. That's
Hologram. No.
you mean Ricochet?
Nah, fucking with me, I would have picked Samantha Irvin just to fucking.
No, that'd have been great. I'd have left my ass off. All right. Oh, Are you all like me? Do you all have the Wikipedias up in front of you when you do this?
No.
Oh,
No, but now I have a wrestler, and you would never guess.
probably not.
I have it.
All right.
Hold on. Bear with me.
Yeah.
Wait, why are you doing this to me?
I mean, you could do.
No, pass. I'm not in the
Put a
mood to add.
time-
I'm not in the mood to add another
a
20
timer for
minutes.
60 seconds.
I'm gonna
All
save
right.
this for next week.
You ready?
Yeah, I guess.
Let's go.
Male or female?
Male.
Active currently.
No.
Active in the late 2000s.
No.
Early 2000s.
Yes.
90s.
Yes.
Earlier than the 90s.
No.
WWE.
Yes.
Only WWE.
No.
WCW.
Yes.
Champion.
Yes.
Top tier champion.
Like
Or,
main champion.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Part of an organization or part of a stable.
Yeah.
Part of a tag team. This is gonna be somebody from the NWO. I can fucking feel it.
No. Yeah.
Tag team champion.
15 seconds. Yes.
White.
Yes.
Okay. Part of the NWO.
No.
Part of DX.
Nope.
Fuck.
Time's up.
Okay. Active in the 90s and the early 2000s. Male. Top. Oh, God. That's going to.
That's a whole lot of people.
Shit. How is it I asked so many questions, but yet still don't
got,
narrow
like,
it down
nothing?
for nothing?
A white champion in the 2000s.
Yeah, a white champion.
Kinda
the 90s.
in a
Wow.
stable.
Who the fuck was that? Yeah.
But not NWO though.
Yeah, not NWO. I was like, oh, this is like some Joe Blow from the 80 members of the NWO.
Like 95.
Ric Flair.
I feel like I.
No. He was active in the 80s.
Oh, that's true. God damn it.
I was gonna throw out a random name. Matt Hardy.
No.
Who was it?
Okay.
I put it in
Jeff
the chat.
Hardy.
That's no, fuck you.
I put it in the chat.
Oh, I'm scared.
You're gonna fuck. Oh, no, I gotta do it on my phone because you're gonna fuck up my.
Oh God, no! I hate you.
I haven't even looked at it yet.
No. It's not even a name. That's fucked. Because that would never have came up. You're a bastard.
What stable was he in?
Four Horsemen. Like a newer iteration.
Yeah.
Was he really? Why do
Yeah,
I?
like the
No.
mid to late 90s.
With
version.
who?
And he was in the Radicals.
SmackDown. Oh, I was gonna say the SmackDown 5. What was it? SmackDown 4?
Yeah, but that wasn't like a true stable.
I guess he really wasn't active currently.
Yeah.
Yeah, because yeah, shit.
SmackDown 6. That's what it was.
So who
Yeah.
is he? Who was he
Right.
the new Horseman with?
It was him, Malenko,
Okay.
Steve McMichael, and
Yeah.
Flair.
Oh, okay.
And then like Arn kind of popped in here and there because Arn was pretty much retired at that point.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think out of just my own mind, I would have stayed away from that name regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Jesus
I
fucking
just thought it would be
Christ.
funny.
As usual, I've been duped 3 times in a
But,
row.
Because he was a member from 1995 to 1997.
Yep.
Then 1998 to 1999.
Yep. Because they broke up and then kind of got back together. And then when he left for WWE, he was part of the Radicals with Eddie, Malenko, and Saturn.
Jesus.
I'm trying to think what I would have asked that would have got me closer to that.
You asked if he was a world champion.
But you didn't ask like any other because he was also like a U.S.
Yeah.
champion, I think, and
He was a New
Europe.
Japan champion.
He was
too.
European champion as well.
Yeah. I don't remember if he was intercontinental. I know him and Angle.
It really
went
sucks
back
that
and
you guys
forth.
watching don't know who we're talking about, and
Yeah.
we're not going to say it.
I'm not gonna say a fucking name.
If you're smart and you've listened to the groups we've named off, maybe you got it.
Yeah, if
Um,
you've been a fan since like, the early 2000s or 90s, you probably know. And I mean,
he
at
is
this
the
point, if you
motherfucking
just
best.
Google members of the two groups I gave,
Yeah,
That's
you might get it.
Oh shit. No, because that just reminded me of something. There's a guy who reviews like wrestling and brings up this person's name when people do awful shit. Just you know,
yes.
for WWE, he was World Heavyweight Champion,
Uh-huh.
Tag Team Champion,
Yes.
United States Champion,
Yes.
Intercontinental Champion,
He was intercontinental. Okay. Yes.
WWF Tag Champion three
Yep.
times,
Yep.
twice with Edge, one with Chris Jericho,
Correct.
won the Royal Rumble in 2004,
Yeah,
From the number 1 spot.
won
yeah.
a
That
tag
was
team championship tournament with Kurt Angle.
Yep.
He was the 12th Triple Crown champion.
Yes. He was
Um,
also technically WCW champion
oh
for
yeah,
a very brief.
yeah.
one time,
Yeah.
WCW tag champs with Dean
Yep.
Malenko and
With Dean
Perry
Malenko.
Saturn.
Yep.
Television champion 3 times.
Yep.
WCW United States champion twice,
Yep.
and the 7th WCW Triple Crown champion.
Oh, I guess he wasn't the European champion. For some reason, I had that in my head that he was European champion as
Yeah,
well.
I don't know why I thought he won
He
European.
was New Japan Junior Heavyweight champion.
Did he? He didn't win anything in ECW, right? Title wise?
I don't think he was there long enough.
No, he was there briefly.
Nope.
And I know I saw a
Actually,
thing that
wrong.
Heyman said he was going to make him.
ECW, nope, I was wrong. ECW tag champs with Dean Malenko.
Oh, okay.
Didn't have that one in my head.
I know Heyman said he was going to make him one of the first ECW champions. And then
Yeah.
it didn't work out.
Price. That dirt.
Damn it. I fucking hate you guys.
Yeah.
I didn't do all this.
Yours was good. I will give you that.
Yeah.
I did like your spoiler one. All right, fucking talk about your AEW shit. Well, I'd take a
All right.
nap.
Fuck that. Let's talk about AAA first. Get the
You mean WWE Light?
Not
No.
even. I mean, yes,
Hey.
but also like.
people talk about TNA back in the day, but this is fucking weird.
Well, it's 90% of the card, isn't it? Like,
So AAA had Triple Mania, which is their big event.
Yep.
I need to pull up this fucking name. Cause fucking why was this a show? Conan has a fucking grudge against Tony Khan for working with CMLL, I guess. But still had AEW wrestlers on the card. So after Triple Mania, we're gonna start with the weird one first. Matt Riddle is your new cruiserweight champion.
can't keep him down.
Matt Riddle, of all people, though. He's not a cruiserweight. I want
Hey, it's 2024. He can identify whatever weight he wants to be.
no, because this is like 205 Live when Odyssey Jones is competing for the fucking cruiserweight champions level of bad.
Well, that was like when TNA kind of abandoned the X division and had like Samoa Joe win it, and you're like, well,
Yeah.
hold on.
Wait
As
a
much as I
second.
love Samoa Joe, and he had some great matches in the X division, you marketed it as basically TNA's cruiserweight division, and then went, just kidding. Now it's like our intercontinental title. Like,
It's our random belt. So that was odd enough. Also making an appearance was Mark Jindrak.
Oh,
you know,
God. What?
I was gonna say that name as a joke earlier, to be like, oh, you're guessing, you're gonna have us guess Mark Jindrak, like just to be a dick, and that's hilarious.
So he made an appearance. I guess they had like a battle royal or something. Don't fucking care. Weird, random appearance.
What you mean? No, everybody didn't love Mark Jindrak and all his amazing feuds and matches.
Yeah,
I mean, he was almost a member of Evolution.
yeah, almost. So also on the card and gaining the AAA Tag Team Champion, Satnam Singh from AEW, and his new partner, the Maharaja Raj Desi.
Don't
Don't
hinder
know.
the gender.
Don't
Formerly known as
hinder the former gender.
Why? Why on God's?
Because he's the modern day Maharaja.
I'm sorry, but because AEW's catching a stray for this one too. I am sick and tired. Stop putting your belts on former WWE wrestlers or AEW wrestlers if they're not going to defend it on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to drop these belts on on a random show that no one's going to watch, and it's not. At least with John Moxley holding the New Japan title, it felt like a bigger deal because he did time in New Japan before joining AEW.
Yeah.
But even that gets a
Bit of a stinker.
nah. Yeah, because he really didn't defend it. But this shit is crazy because Saddam Singh wrestles worse than the Great Khali.
Hmm.
Which is
It's impressive.
a statement.
Yeah.
He seems like a great guy.
What do you mean? Great Khali is a very agile wrestler.
Great Khali is a fucking anomaly.
They need to bring back the Punami prison match.
Oh my
Never
god.
again. Never again. Fuck that match. Fuck him. For just for being associated with it. Because that just reminds me of that interview Jinder did. We was like, yeah, that match was awful. No one can see. Fucking Khali was holding up the belt like he wanted. It was weird.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was fucking weird.
Another shout out to Chris Van Fleet because I'm pretty sure that was the interview that I saw of him talking about it. Yeah.
But the weirdest part of the night was the main event for AAA's top title. No, neither one of them knew that the previous champion was Nick Nemeth, and he won it before he won the TNA title.
Yeah.
He had.
He might have forgot that he was.
Yeah, in which he came out with notable dickhead JBL. This is a week for people just coming out the fucking woodwork and saying awful things. Because I'm gonna get to someone who was on the AEW roster and now back at WWE. I'm gonna get on his ass for a second. And he was facing notable dickhead and accused kidnapper Alberto Del Rio.
Alberto
I'm not gonna list
Del
all
Rio.
the other things he was accused of.
Yeah.
But kidnapping was the least.
Former Pornhub star Alberto Del Rio.
No, he wasn't part of that.
Oh, was he not? I thought he was
No,
part of that.
That was Xavier Woods. And
Well, and
Brad Maddox
that's right, it was
yeah,
Maddox.
that dickhead.
got fired for calling people scumbags.
Yeah,
Ironic.
the reason why the Divas title got changed. Well,
Yeah. And I like that title
No,
design too. That's a shame.
It was
The NXT
it
Women's
was-
title.
Yep,
Yeah.
it was the NXT Women's title.
I knew what you meant, but I liked that
No, I want to
design.
be corrected. I want to correct myself.
Yeah.
But
Or the comments do.
yeah, no. The match ended with Del Rio kicking Nick in the dick and just pushing him down and getting a 3 count.
Because he did the spot where he went to his knees and then he just pushed him down and then covered. So I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, he's gonna kick out. I mean, come on, who
that's
loses to a dick kick? Like that's no, he fucking 3 count. Like not even like a kicked out right after 3, old school 80s style. No, he just fucking took
He
it.
took a dick kick like it was a finisher.
I don't know, guys. I don't know when the last time
I know
you've
he
been
could
kicked in
sell,
the
but
dick
he-
is.
First of all, no.
Right.
But if
you
I
kick
get
me
kicked in the dick, I'm staying down for a 3 count.
no, because you can still move. It just hurts.
But yeah, that's why I would want to move.
It's like being punched.
Oh
That
my
shit
god.
sucks, but it's like,
I don't know
Yeah,
what you
no
all
one's
were
gonna
expecting
believe
out of this, because this sounds pretty on par for.
oh no, this match was horrible.
Yeah.
Del Rio wore a fucking tight ass shirt that didn't fit him. He looked awful. Conan was out there in a Judgment Day t-shirt.
Yeah, that was
I don't know
so
fucking why.
funny.
He's the newest member.
He shook hands with Del Rio or Al
El
Patron.
Patron.
Yeah,
El
fuck off.
Patron.
And so did JBL. Weirdly enough,
JBL wearing his most Walker Texas Ranger gear that he
Yeah.
could find. Well, he's going to go hunt fugitives afterwards.
throw him across the border
Yeah.
again. Let's not.
Something
no, they
about
do
JBL pictured with that gear on was for the Pledge of Allegiance just feels racist.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what
Meanwhile,
it
he's
is.
like a super good dude.
Funny
Not
enough,
in the locker room, but like
In general.
hold on. No, put that picture next to the one of him at a barbecue on Juneteenth.
Oh my God.
It's like night and day.
yeah,
Cause it was like a gym. What was like his gym, right? They were doing like a Juneteenth barbecue.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy, but
Not to the
Jesus
blue
Christ,
meanie.
not to Germany either. Let's not forget that whole fiasco.
Oh
Cause he almost
God.
died that night. Speaking of people almost dying, it's not almost like getting killed and dumb shit in Mexico. Randy Orton did an interview.
You know, it was a really good interview. I liked it.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Right?
then again, almost getting
It
like
was
arrested in
Randy
Mexico with two
Dynamite.
people who I would have never thought he hung out with, for one thing. Was Paul London and Brian Kendrick.
That seems about right.
That's it. Yeah, I was gonna say that time frame. That sounds about right.
First of all, Randy Orton just had dynamite on him. He bought dynamite,
Fucking-
and people thought that was a great idea.
And we're not talking about the AEW show, folks. We're talking about fucking actual
Fucking
Man,
dynamite.
Mexico just had dynamite.
He just goes, yeah, you know, you can just buy that shit anywhere. Like it was nonchalant.
Randy Orton back in the day was a fucking demon.
Well,
He really mellowed out.
have you heard about the story Cody gives about him ripping the urinal off the wall?
He was shitting in people's bags. Randy Orton was a fucking monster.
Jesus Christ.
He was a different breed of a dickhead.
This guy has like 4 kids now.
Yeah. He really mellowed out.
Also, who was the person you were talking about? We were supposed to touch back
Oh.
on it. That
Uh,
went to.
who was in AEW now back at WWE? Mark
Yeah.
Henry.
Oh yeah.
Oh, was Mark Henry?
Back
Yeah.
in
So he was
yeah.
at Raw. I don't.
'Cause
Did he
he's
say
turning
he
his
officially
son.
like signed back
I
with
think he's
them?
trying to
Or...
get his. I don't know. The point being,
I mean, did AEW do anything
he
with him?
made a comment
He sure did.
about the current case that's going on with Vince McMahon.
Yep.
God.
Basically saying they're not victims. They weren't victims when they were getting gifted BMWs and shit.
Jesus.
You are the wrong person to say some shit. Like, this was completely out of left field. No, you should have never let that slip out your mouth.
That was that was the sensual, or what was it? His fucking name?
Chocolate?
Yeah, wasn't that his?
Yeah, no.
That was that coming
You know,
out.
every once in a while he says some things, and I'm like, yeah, okay, like it makes perfect sense. And then he'll pull like a Kyrie Sane thing, and then this shit, and I'm just like, what happened? Like,
Yeah.
where did we go for a minute? Like, where?
Like, did you just slip back into the day? Like, yo, this is like, you just basically blame the victim. Like, yo, why?
Yeah.
After John Cena and
Jesus.
Daniel Bryan, like, if those two is like, yeah, no comment. What he did was horrible. That shit should have never left.
Yeah,
his mouth.
see that's one thing. Like, you just need to, hey, you know, that shit's bad, and
And again, it puts everybody in a weird spot because, like, obviously, if you're not aware of the situation and you had a good relationship with this person, it throws you in a weird, like, I
Bryan
didn't.
had it worse
Yeah.
because it's not only Vince McMahon, it's John Laurinaitis, who is his father-in-law.
Yeah.
So he had it both ways, like the top 2 names under. Like, damn, you couldn't really escape that.
yeah,
But
you gotta
Well,
wonder if
that's
that's
fine.
part of the reason why he left initially.
No. Well, Danielson's whole reasoning, he just wants to wrestle.
Mhm.
He just wanted to do it for the love of the game, and he felt like WWE was
Just not where he were.
hold him.
Yeah,
So it's like, fuck it, I'm gonna leave it because he left before all of that.
I guess
shit
that's
kicked
true.
off.
Yeah, that's true.
Because this was like,
because I do wonder to an
right after
extent
the
if
pandemic.
he would have stuck around had Triple H taken over sooner. I don't know that he would have because I mean, obviously, he very much wanted to go wrestle all
think he
over it, but I do feel like with the way I'm seeing things, like Triple H probably would have
Let him.
allowed him to an extent. Like, you know, they had
AJ in
Shinsuke working
Japan.
in Noah, and AJ. Yeah, AJ went
Noah.
over to Noah as well, right? And then no, did he do
No, they
all
did wrestle
Japan?
Noah. It might have been. It
I
might have been
thought
all
I said I
Japan.
I
thought it
think
was all
AJ did
Japan.
all Japan.
I
Shinsuke did
think he would
Noah.
have left. I still think he would have left because the people he wanted to face
Weren't
Yeah.
there?
were New Japan. Because he wanted to face Okada, he wanted to face Zack Sabre Jr. So
Right.
unless they could have worked out a deal with New Japan, I don't. He would have left.
I think they would have. I think if Triple H took it over sooner, I think you would have seen him. I do think that would have been
I don't.
because you had so many WWE guys go
No,
that
because
route.
I mean, to be fair, AEW had already had. Even if he took it over when he was originally supposed to, and then that whole like Vince stepped away, but then kind of slowly came back, and
Because the people
at
who
that
run
point they
AEW
were
would.
already
Yeah.
yeah, at that point they were already working, like AEW and New Japan were already pretty much working together at that point. So it really wouldn't have went that way.
New Japan is like in the DNA of AEW,
Yeah.
honestly. Because you're the first four people you think of is Kenny, the Bucks, and Cody. All all worked in New Japan.
Yeah.
All of them New Japan champions at some point.
Yeah.
Yep.
World Heavyweight Tag, and Cody was U.S. champion.
Yes.
So
And him and Omega
even
had that feud in New Japan.
over Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Even if you want to add Chris Jericho into that mix, international
Because he
champion.
had two matches with
Yep, one of the
Omega
reasons he
in
left,
yeah.
so he can do the New Japan date.
And then he did the was it like basically their intercontinental championship?
Yep,
Yeah.
that's what it's called. Well, now it's
Versus
the global
yeah.
champion.
Yeah, that's why I was like it was the intercontinental. It was the white strap with the yeah.
So speaking of AEW, perfect way to segue into this. All In is next week. We will try to watch it and
Yeah.
not lose our minds after 8 hours of constant wrestling. They have not fully done their card. I'm expecting Tony to announce like 7 more matches after. Like between
Yeah, what do they
all
have
of them,
announced? Because I thought they would have had
it's
more.
like 8 matches, barely. And one of them doesn't even count yet.
You
Because
talking
it's
about
not
the
full match.
FTW? Oh, what's that was?
FTW, no.
That
No,
shouldn't count.
the trios match is technically now a 4-way with the sorry, a little tired.
You good?
The AEW trios match was scheduled to be a triple threat, but because the tag team match is also a triple threat, they don't want to double dip. So it is now a fatal 4-way with a fourth team being announced on either Dynamite or Collision. People are speculating it. People are really speculating that it could be a revamped Hurt Business with Bobby, Ricochet, and a returning Hobbs,
Okay.
which
Or
seems cool,
Shelton.
but yeah, or Shelton.
I mean, that's
They could. Some people are like saying, "Oh, it's gonna be Death Triangle." Like this is gonna be the biggest swerve to saying, "Hey, they're not leaving.
mm,
They're Lucha Bros are staying in AEW, and this is the way they announce it by putting them in the match in the first place because they were originally supposed to be 1-on-1 with the patriarchy. So, as a way to make up for Pat getting kind of screwed out of his Wembley moment, let's see what other matches because I listed them off a while
Yeah, let me
earlier.
see if I can see.
Let's see. Okay, so we have that match, right? The 4-way. We also have like I said earlier, the triple threat for the AEW Tag Champs between the Young Bucks, FTR, and the Acclaim.
That was a whole weird thing too, by the way, but go ahead.
We have the 0-hour match of Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway versus Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii, which is a fucking fever dream of a match.
it's gonna be a
It's
banger.
it might be.
It's gonna be a
It might
banger.
be
I
a fever
stand by it.
dream. The casket match of Jack Perry versus Darby Allin for the TNT Championship.
I hope they both go in the coffin.
Well,
Be done
also
with
the
it.
trios match is a ladder match, so it might actually be the Lucha Bro. It might be Death Triangle. I don't know. I just forgot that was a ladder match. You have the TBS Championship with Mercedes Moné versus Britt Baker.
Yep.
You have the AEW
American.
Championship with MJF versus Will Ospreay, which is probably gonna be match it. It's not gonna be match of the night.
No, I still think Swerve and Danielson will be.
That's what I'm about to say. I looked at it. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
You have
It'll come
AEW
close, I think.
Yeah.
I think it'll definitely be the number 2 match, but yeah.
You have the AEW Women's World Championship, Toni Storm versus Mariah May. Then you have the Final Countdown title versus. I didn't know they added to the name of the match. The Final Countdown title versus career, Swerve Strickland versus Bryan Danielson.
Isn't Orange Cassidy on the card too?
No, surprisingly,
Wasn't
we
there?
also have the Casino Gauntlet
Yeah,
match, which is for a guaranteed title shot.
I thought Orange Cassidy was in that.
He's probably in that.
Yeah.
And then
That's the we need people on the card. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Here you go.
and
You
you
wanna-
forgot
you wanna
what the
pay
true
them?
match of the night's gonna be: the Jericho versus Hook for the FTW.
Funny enough, it's not actually announced fully on the card, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be because who fucking cares? No, because technically it's not. Okay, now I know why it's not listed. As
Because
an
no
official
one
match.
gives a shit.
No, true.
Yeah.
But the reason why it's not listed is because Hook has to beat
If he can't beat him, he doesn't get a chance.
Big Bill next week.
Big Bill.
Yeah, he has to beat Big Bill first, and then he gets the match with Jericho. Forgot all about that fucking stipulation.
Big Bill.
I
man.
don't dislike Hook, but I want Big Bill to wipe the floor with him so that we don't have to endure that
I
match.
just want
to
no,
just
'cause I
keep it
want
from
this
the
to be
card.
done. I want him to win. I want him to win back the FTW championship, and I want to be done with Jericho and the fucking learning tree bullshit. I want this man off my screen.
I also want to be done with the FTW championship if we're not going to recognize it as an official title.
I just want. I feel like it's gonna be retired after this bullshit because everyone's just hated this whole.
Can Chris Jericho retire with it?
No, I wish.
So I haven't officially purchased the tickets yet, but I am buying those tickets to go to that
Let's go.
show.
All
And
us
I'm
is
like,
going all
God.
in.
Wait, you're going all
No.
in?
Yeah. Hold on, let me go get my fucking
Get your
passport
passport.
while I'm at it. Yeah. No. So I'm going to a Dynamite / Rampage taping because
Yeah.
Rampage will be taped. But I'm like, fuck, dude. I don't. He's gonna be there, and he's gonna take up TV time because that's the gimmick. And I'm just like, no, I don't wanna. I mean, he might fit in. His buddy was just here yesterday, and you know how much he loves hanging with his friends on January 6th,
Yeah.
and so that crowd might enjoy it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is the current listing of matches for AEW's All In. It's gonna be a good show.
It's gonna be
It
an
is
overly long show.
That's the thing. It's at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Fuck if I know how long this is gonna be. Cause that makes me think, is the 0 hour at 12 to 1? Cause that
Or does it start at 1 as the 0 hour
Hour.
show? Because you know how, like, okay, with SummerSlam, we just did SummerSlam and it started at fucking 4 o'clock.
Let's not talk
Which-
about that. I hate that they did that long ass pre-show and then just do matches. They
didn't
had
do
enough time to do it.
Did they do any matches?
No, they just did
No. Yeah.
video packaging. Why?
Yeah,
Why?
well, that's
Who
all
fucking
there.
cares? No, because
And,
they used
like,
to do matches.
You could have done that as a non-pre-show, like 3 hours of it, though.
Yeah, it's crazy. People complain about AEW shows. At least you get a fucking match.
I needed one more hour of pre-show. Would have been.
Yeah.
But more than likely, the 0 hour is gonna be at 12. because AEW when they list the start time, that's for the main show itself. So 0 hour is probably gonna be at 12 o'clock. Then it starts at 1. So we give it 5 hours. So it'll be done by 6,
Fingers crossed.
7.
30.
Jericho's
Yeah,
just
I mean,
fucking
like I said, the downside is I'm not gonna be able to watch it
watch it.
live, which sucks because I do want to watch. I'm interested in quite a few matches. I mean, there are some I could fucking do without. We've already talked about Jericho's match. Obviously, Mercedes and Britt, I think, is going to be kind of a sleeper pick to be a solid match because Britt sometimes has great matches
she's a
and
mixed bag.
sometimes,
Yeah,
yeah, and
I
and
feel like
obviously
yeah,
Mercedes can go, but I am starting to see, and I'm pretty happy that we were the first ones to talk about this, but I am happy to see that even the hardcore AEW like Twitter is
doing
like,
that.
yeah, she needs a new finisher, dude.
Yeah.
Like she's just
No, I think the sleeper match is gonna be Mariah and Tony.
I think that's gonna be a good match regardless.
It's gonna be,
I
but I feel
I
like that's
think
gonna be a match that exceeds expectations because not Mariah May is such, I wouldn't say green, but a new face
yes.
because she's not an established name. She was in Stardom. Yeah, she's been a champion in Stardom, but not to the extent of someone like Tony Storm
I'm gonna
or Jamie Hayter. Well,
I'm
Jamie
gonna
Hayter.
I'm gonna do my best like hipster impression of this. I have been aware of Mariah May for many years now. Obviously because she's attractive, but also I follow the Wrestling Classic on Instagram.
Rob
Um,
Ross.
huh?
Sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, yeah. But I guess he had been promoting her just as like a random thing, and then when she started wrestling, I had found out about it, and I was like, oh, I hope she does well. And then I didn't really follow her for years, but I knew the name when I heard her pop back up about signing to AEW. I was like, oh shit, that's good. Like that'll be good. And then I, went and saw some of her stuff. So I think she's good. I obviously Tony Storm is good. That's why I said the sleeper pick for it to be really solid. I think because Britt Baker is a mixed bag of. Sometimes it looks fantastic, and sometimes you're just like, what the fuck happened out there? Like, and so I'm hoping that it's a solid match because I don't. Did they really have anything last year that was just bad?
No.
No. I think the
Last year's
show
card.
last year was solid pretty much all the way through.
I have to remember that card because I feel like it was the longest fucking card.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the other thing. So,
Okay, we're not gonna talk about the 0 hour.
Sleeper match.
Because you had the start of the. I remember. I remember what the 0 hour was. It was Better Than You, Baby. MJF and Adam Cole versus Aussie Open.
uh-huh.
For the,
And
yeah, because they won
and
the
then
titles.
And then it was Hook versus Jack Perry.
yeah.
CM Punk versus Samoa Joe because
Well, that's
that
what
was the
opened the
start.
show. Yeah.
Yeah.
The opening of the show. Yeah.
Bullet Club Gold versus the Golden Elite, which was
Yeah.
the most random match
Yes.
in the card.
But it was still a solid match.
Because you had Kota Ibushi, Hangman Adam Page, and Kenny Omega.
Yes.
So FTR versus the Young Bucks, which is okay.
Yeah.
Um,
I think everybody was just tired of that
yeah,
feud, but yeah.
they were okay. The Stadium Stampede match, which was Eddie Kingston, Penta, and Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta.
That
and
match
Orange
was
Cassidy
terrible.
versus Blackpool Combat Club with Mike Santana and Ortiz.
Yeah, I could have done without that. I
Yeah.
remember.
There's your bad match of the night. That was
I
it.
just don't enjoy that
It wasn't a bad
match.
match.
It wasn't a
The-
great match
the
either.
the Stadium Stampede is not a match. It's a gimmick.
And I think
It didn't work.
I
Yeah.
think with COVID, I think it was fine, right? Like gimmick wise, because you're setting it up to basically be a cinematic match, right? And like that's what it
Yep.
was. And so when WWE was doing the sorry, you cut out. I didn't hear any of what you just said. No, I'm saying like you were saying something and I wanted to hear you, but I couldn't.
No, because the reason why Stadium Stampede works is because you have the whole stadium to work with.
Right.
during the pandemic.
Yeah. It's the same thing with when WWE was doing the cinematic matches and stuff like that. In its with the times, it made sense because there was no crowd. You could kind of do some different things that you couldn't do before. Fine. Them having a whole stadium full of people and then doing it is rough because then like if you're doing a lot of backstage stuff and like other shit, like that crowd's not getting any
The
of
full
that.
match, yeah. It's
Like as somebody who went to WWF shows back in the day of the hardcore title and like a lot of shit was happening in the back, like you're sitting there as a fan, and I was a younger kid, but like you're sitting there as a fan and you're like, I don't want to watch this on the fucking screen. Like I want to,
Oh,
I
I want
want
to
to
see
see
him
it
in
in front of me.
person.
Like,
thinking about it
yeah,
because they
so-
already have that kind of match with Anarchy in the arena,
right.
which is a better version of the Stadium Stampede match.
It's a better
Yeah.
Because you
title
already
too.
know it's gonna get, because they're gonna fight in the crowd, they're gonna do dumb shit. There's gonna be a backstage segment, and then they come towards the ring area. But next match was Saraya winning the AEW Women's Championship against Hikaru Shida, Britt Baker, and Tony Storm.
It was a 4-way match. Yes.
Yep, because Tony was champion until a week before, because they changed the title to Shida.
Sheeta, and then had Sheeta pretty much
Saraya,
take the
yeah.
yeah.
So then you had Darby Allin and Sting beat Christian Cage and Swerve Strickland. That's a fucking bump up the card.
That
That's a crazy.
doesn't sound like it goes together. Just
I remember this because people complained
yeah.
about the ending of this. No, because I remember part of this match was they closed the casket on Sting, but the bat was in the way. And then they won the match by closing Swerve in the casket, but his dreads were sticking out. So technically, it should have that should have counted
Could have kept it. Yeah.
because he's not fully in the coffin. But whatever. Okay, match. Eh. Will Ospreay defeated Chris Jericho. Okay,
Good.
I just remember
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
that's when Chris
Oh, because
Jericho
he had
wanted
the
to do his
Assassin's
fucking
Creed
Queen.
intro and
No, that's when fucking Chris Jericho wanted to do his Queen moment.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, I was
It's not.
talking about
Yeah, Ospreay.
the Assassin's Creed intro.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I just remember his his entrance was pretty good. The
Balls.
Acclaim um lost to no, they beat fucking House of Black. I forgot about that for the trios belts.
Yeah. I remember House of Black had the Bray tribute for
Yep.
the entrance, which was dope.
And then the main event was MJF beating
And
Adam
Adam
Cole.
Cole. Yeah.
I remember this because I tried to show y'all, and then
Audio didn't work.
it was muted,
Yeah.
and you just
Yeah.
didn't know what they were saying because they restarted the match.
Correct.
Yeah, I was like, because I was like, what the fuck is going on? This
Yeah.
match has already
Yeah, 'cause it
gone
went to
15 minutes longer than it
60
should
minute-
have.
It went to a 60-minute draw, and then they yeah. Okay.
'Cause I remember MJF was like, "We're not doing this shit. We're gonna have a fucking winner."
Yeah. All right. So there were some things that I could have done without last year too, and
Yeah.
I'm just hoping they keep that to a minimum this year.
All I,
Obviously,
there's like
all I know is my
4 more
sleeper match
matches
is going to
next
be
week.
the Chris Jericho match because I'll be
and
taking
and
a
the
nap.
match that they've been talking about is not even going to be the match that's going to be on that card that we were talking about earlier. That the Claudio and Okada match that I'm like, oh, that'll be fun to watch, and they're like, yeah, we're going to do it on this on Dynamite, and I'm like, ah, fuck. Like, that's
Because
not,
it's their first Dynamite in Europe.
yes.
So
And like, listen, you got to stack the show and all that stuff, and um, what was it? So people have been making fun of. I guess NXT is doing some stuff for their first CW show,
yes,
and they're like
wh-
stacking the card and all that, and they're like, oh, they're trying to go because I guess AEW is running on Tuesday that same
it's two
night
shows.
or something like that.
Yes, so it's two things. One, they promoted Randy Orton for one of their for NXT.
Oh, because it was
They're
in St.
the
Louis.
same. Yep, they're in St.
Yeah.
Louis. And then the first the first NXT on the CW will be in Chicago.
CM Punk.
So
Right.
they advertise CM Punk,
Yes.
which makes sense, but it's like, AEW's running that same Tuesday, and they were changing it to Title Tuesday.
which they
And
did in October last year.
Yep. So
But like again, it makes perfect sense for them to stack a show on a new network. Like think about
it makes sense for both. It makes sense that
r-
they're doing
yeah,
this. It's not like, oh man, not like last year where they randomly advertised The Undertaker, Cody,
yeah,
John
yeah,
Cena. Like that was like desperation. Like, hey, we're gonna stack
right.
the show with
But
Eh,
like
the
fuck
never
you.
showed
Look
up
what I
there.
can do.
you know
Yeah,
what it makes me think of? Remember when main event started?
Nope.
yeah.
WWE main event, like the show that is basically just like I think Peacock WWE Network exclusive at this point. Uh the main event match was a champion versus champion match, which if I remember correctly was like Sheamus versus Punk or something like that.
Something along that lines.
Because Sheamus was the world heavyweight
Yeah.
champion and Punk was the WWE
W-
champion. So they had like a champion versus champion match. I could be wrong about Sheamus, but I think that was the match. And then you look at it like down the line and you're like, oh, this is like the dark matches. Like, and I know this personally because I went to a SmackDown taping. This was 2017, and the first hour of the SmackDown taping was main event. So you're like, oh, like it's just
Pull that curtain.
okay.
I don't know.
You checking it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see how far did it fucking go.
Fact check me.
2012. Yeah, it was. CM Punk defeated Sheamus.
Look at me.
Jesus Christ.
God, you're old.
How's that old? It was fucking 12 years ago.
Yeah, 12 years
You
ago.
were watching then too,
12 years ago.
motherfucker.
Yeah,
Like,
but I'm younger.
okay.
You're just
I'm
old.
younger.
Just because my brain works better than yours.
I would
doesn't
beg to
mean
differ.
that's anything.
Captain Dementia.
I don't have any active signs of dementia. Okay.
Yeah, they're inactive currently. They're
So,
there.
from AEW,
Don't be fooled
why
by
did
the
I
gray.
leave the show to
Still working.
WWE just coasting by?
So
I mean,
I have some. I was going to ask you for predictions since we're not going to be recording until after.
I I was talking about this earlier. It's kind of hard to do predictions when the full match
Well,
card.
let's make predictions for the matches we do know are happening at least.
Okay, minus one match because the
Not counting
full
the
match.
battle royale or
No, or
the
the four way
battle, yeah, or the
because we don't know
the
we don't know the
gauntlet
last two for the
match.
trios.
oh yeah, and
And
that's fine. That's since we don't know.
It's going to be the
Yeah,
Lucha
if we're
Bros.
up in the air about stuff, that's perfectly fine.
yeah,
Lucha Bros are going to win.
yeah, Death Triangle.
Or,
We
yeah,
captured the
whatever.
gold. All right, we're gonna start off with Darby Allin versus Jack Perry. TNT.
Oh, it's Jack Perry's going to win.
I think Perry's gonna win it.
Just
I
because of
do
the
at least. Yeah, I mean it would be funny. I mean I could see Darby using that belt, but because you
Change the belt
just
just for them to lose it.
yeah, you just changed it like a week and a half before your biggest show. I don't know. It just I don't see it changing, but I'm okay to be wrong.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
You know,
agree. I think
like
it's going to be Jack Perry. Same reason.
what about you?
I'm gonna say Jack Perry
Okay.
because he deserves a win at the last time he was in.
Being cuffed to the cage.
No, I
Wow.
was talking about last time they were in All In.
Oh.
He got choked out.
Poor guy lost twice.
Oh, and 2 it all in on one night.
It'll be his second time defending a belt at All In just to lose it. Be crazy.
Yeah.
Match Willow Nightingale. This is a pre-show. Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii versus Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway.
I mean, it would make sense for it to be Nightingale and Ishii,
Yeah.
but I like Statlander more than I like Nightingale. But like, because you have what's his name in Stokely.
Yep.
Yeah, because you have him, I can't imagine that was going far.
He called himself the real Stone Pitbull. Start barking.
Christ.
Broker
I'm glad we had the same fucking reaction.
channel his inner DMX, but sound like a chihuahua.
Yes, and I enjoy him, but obviously I'm not gonna enjoy him in the ring like wrestling.
Okay. So you're going with Willow?
Yeah, I think
Onyx?
I also agree. I think it'd be Will
I'm going
Nightingale.
with Chris Statlander.
so. Okay,
Okay.
Just because
like I said,
old
I like Statlander more than I like Willow Nightingale, but
Okay.
I don't know why you made that face, but I
Yeah.
just preference.
Okay.
Reference. It's all right. You're allowed to have your decisions.
Apparently not.
No, I believe in you.
Next is the AEW Tag Champs, Triple Threat, FTR, Young Bucks, and the Acclaim.
Who's currently holding titles? I forget.
Young Bucks.
It'll probably be them.
I got the
You know, I say FTR.
I don't want it to be the Acclaimed because I want Bowens to get away from Caster, but
Actually, that's a weird one because FTR won last time.
yes,
Yeah.
The Acclaim picked up the trios belts last time, so it might be the
Yes.
Bucks.
I think it's gonna be the Bucks. Also, it didn't FTR already technically win the right to have a title match, and then they wrestled the Acclaimed for the right to have a title
No,
match, or am I misremembering
no.
something?
You're misremembering.
Okay.
There's
The
the dimension.
Acclaim had the rights to win to a title.
Oh, okay. So
They
okay,
had
so
the title match at. They had the title match at this Wednesday, and then
right. Oh, fuck
FTR
me.
caused
Okay,
the
yeah.
DQ, which
Yes.
led to the match between the Acclaimed and FTR, which went to a time limit Saturday at Collision, which made the match a triple threat.
Yeah.
That's how
And
that worked.
people have not been upset about the booking of this for the last like week or so.
Yeah. Oh, so
Because you very much pride yourself on the only time I've seen like DQ finishes in AEW as part of like an Iron Man or 2 out of 3 falls type of match. So for them to actually end a match on a DQ
yeah, kind of
felt, yeah, and you're like,
and
oh,
then go to a 60-minute draw. So no,
right,
30-minute draw. Sorry.
30. Yeah, I was gonna say that, but yeah, like it's just that's a
So next is the TBS Championship: Mercedes Moné versus Britt Baker.
You and I already kind of talked about this before he got here. I think it's gonna be Mercedes.
I do too.
I think it's Mercedes, but
It could be. It could
I
be
want-
Britt, but I'm
I had a
90% sure.
long-winded explanation of why it could be either one.
Short-winded.
Well, leaning more towards Mercedes, because if Jamie Hayter's returning, it's one of three things. There are three possibilities in which she shows up. It could be to help out Britt after she loses and gets jumped by Mercedes and Camille. But apparently, reports have shown that her and Britt are not on the best terms right now, so that might be thrown out.
Man,
She
she
could
does
show up.
not endear herself to that
Yeah.
locker room very well.
Well, that one, that's a rumor. No one has confirmed that that's a thing. So I'm chalking it up to maybe they're just trying to
You're-
make Britt seem like a horrible person.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. She could show up at the end of the women's match because she was AEW champion before she left.
Yeah.
I could see her challenging Mariah May. Return it and step into Mariah May if she wins. Or
Okay.
option C, because the way this moment has been building up. Remember WrestleMania 39 with Seth Rollins and his build,
Oh yes.
where Saraya has been doing the same thing. She wants another moment at Wembley, and she's challenging Tony for the AEW championship, which she's gonna lose.
Yeah.
So it could be a moment of which she storms the ring, says she wants a Wembley moment, and then that's when Jamie actually comes out to face Saraya.
Was it? Well, I'm sorry. Just to double, I just want to
You're
correct.
like when
It was
Cody.
38.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
damn it,
yeah. Because I was thinking about it. I was like, we just had 40.
39 is Hollywood.
39 was Hollywood. Yeah.
38 is
No,
that.
no, you're fine. I knew exactly what you were talking about. it just took me a second because you said 39 and I went, wait, I
That
know
was-
you're referencing Cody coming back, but I'm pretty sure that was the year before. You're fine.
Funny enough, I got it right when I was talking to Onyx about it.
Okay.
God, man.
So yeah, that's what I think is gonna happen. Those are 3 options. If Jamie Hayter's cleared and able to return, it is one of those 3 things. It leans more to option C of Soraya coming out and doing that bit.
Yeah.
But, I think Mercedes is gonna win because she is pretty much the face of the women's division right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, thinking on that. AEW Women's Championship, Tony Storm versus Mariah May.
I think
have
it's gonna
Mariah
be
May.
Mariah. Yeah. I do too. I think it's going to be Mariah May.
Yeah.
Probably the second best match on this card, MJF versus Will Ospreay.
I think MJF retains.
I got Ospreay.
Because it's in London, it would make sense, but I just
Yeah, but you talk, how much more that's going to emphasize the bad guy, just him absolutely defeating Osprey in London.
not even that, but if they're going to
MJF
go
winning would be crazy.
back and forth, although they did just have
The only reason I say that
match
is because the
and-
next person in line will probably be the main event of All Out. I'd rather see Ospreay versus Pac than MJF versus Pac.
yeah, I get that. Well, so I just out of curiosity, I know we still have another match. So you have MJF lose. What do you do with him after that? You have him go for the title or like the main title or
Go after the title because
okay.
he's already mentioned that he's just waiting for he's waiting for his spot.
Gotcha.
He goes after the trios titles.
No.
By
And
himself.
the only reason I say another reason why I say Ospreay wins is because Danielson loses. You had that
No.
moment of that big moment of Ospreay winning, and then you circumvent that with the fact that Danielson's career is over.
Well, in AEW.
You can't have
I'm just saying, you'll lose his mind if he shows up in a WWE.
that would be crazy, but hey. Danielson's one of those people who say if his career is over, it's over.
Yeah.
He might be one of the ones who sticks to retirement.
Bring him back as assistant general manager at SmackDown.
He
But I have
if you notice the conversation isn't retire from AEW. He's not gonna like loser leaves AEW.
Yeah, no, it's
He's just flat out talking about retiring.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
know
but it's like superhero
purposely
movies,
being
unless they
less
die on
specific or-
screen.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm intrigued to see where it goes. Part of me thinks Danielson's gonna win. I wouldn't be okay with Danielson retiring. I mean, if he has to retire, he has to retire. Like, obviously, I don't want him to push himself further than need be.
Yeah.
Again, same thing I've said before about like Edge or anybody else that's come back. Any time we've gotten with him since he's been forced to retire has been bonus time.
Yeah.
And I'm perfectly okay with that. I feel like Swerve hasn't been given the showcase as a champion that I feel like he deserves. He didn't win when he should have. He won like a month later than he should have. And then it's just been kind of there. And he's playing second fiddle to I
He's
feel
playing
like
second
everybody else.
He was second fiddle to Ospreay. That's why they had the match so early.
Yeah.
Because everyone just assumed, oh, he's gonna drop to Ospreay anyway.
Add all in. Yeah, that's what
Yep.
that.
And then they said, fuck that, we're doing it, and Ospreay's gonna lose.
Yeah.
But I feel like to solidify
We're have to have him beat Danielson.
Yeah.
yeah. And given the fact they're adding on to this point, like, hey, his family's gonna be there.
Oh yeah, it's his
Creed
last
and
match.
Birdie's gonna be there. It seems like this gonna be the hey, I'm gonna end this on my own terms.
This is the Ric
Yeah.
I'm
Flair
gonna
send
put over
off.
someone. I'm gonna put someone over that is from Seattle in the biggest show of the company.
I forgot that they
In
had
front of-
that connection, kind of.
Yeah, because they did the rest. It's their second match,
Yeah.
which Swerve won the first one.
Yes.
So
I don't know. All I remember
Solidified.
is Swerve hit him with that dirty fucking kick this week, man. Yeah.
fucking house call out of
That thing
nowhere.
was dirty.
After killing
Had
Yuta
to
with
sweep himself
one-
up after that
Which-
one.
I'm glad that happened. No offense to Wheeler Yuta, but the champion needed to.
Be dominant.
look strong.
I mean, I could have done without the comeback, but
That match should have been one sided. It should have been a fucking. It should have been what Danielson did to the fucking Dark Order.
yes,
When
because
they build up
Yuta
the-
can always bounce back down the line.
Yeah,
You know, you book him right after the fact, and it's fine. Like, obviously, okay, he's in a big stable with pretty much 3 big deals of guys to an extent.
it would have been
Um,
better if Moxley would have just came back just for a one off, and then lost to Swerve.
Yeah.
If he literally would have went through the Blackpool Combat Club and just beat all of them.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that too. Like, you can have more competitive matches with a Moxley or a Claudio, but absolutely destroy Wheeler Yuta. And again, that's not a knock on him, but you're looking at Moxley, Claudio, and Wheeler Yuta. Who's the odd man out here? It's
Yeah.
gonna be Wheeler Yuta, and that's okay. Dude's
would've
young,
preferred-
so he still has time, but also, kind of fuck him in that sense. Like,
bell ring, kick him in the knee, and then do fucking 2 house calls. Then do the fucking stomp, and then do a 3rd house call.
right. Yeah,
And
like
then
if you want to heal it up and just fucking hit a bunch of finishers on him. If you want to do that, I kind of like the old school heel spot where you go to pin him and then you pick him up yourself, like he
The
kicked out
Samoa
at you.
Joe spot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's what I remember Samoa Joe always doing that when he was healed.
Like-
literally picking up his
Yeah.
arm and putting it
Yeah.
up in the air.
You ain't
and slamming
done,
it.
bitch. No,
Like
I think
that,
I
I'd
think
be-
honestly he should have lost that match in a DQ format. Just like let him beat the shit out of this guy.
Funny enough, the way I picture it is the way. Well, he had more of a
Like a bloodline beatdown.
no. This is a specific match that Swerve has done before. Nick Wayne.
Yeah.
Back in July,
Hmm.
where he literally picked Nick Wayne up by his hair, had him look at his mother, and then hit a fucking house call. Like he was not. That was Swerve at like, oh man, I'm gonna teach you a lesson. Like I think the thumbnail of that video is him like smiling as he's about to kick Nick Wayne's head in.
yeah.
Is that did we go through all the predictions? Was there any more?
Yeah, because they still don't have everything announced yet.
Yeah.
And then they have some stuff obviously up in the air that we just kind of
Can't really discuss.
let be. Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to see what was most notable from WWE. I mean, besides obviously Roman Reigns getting fucking bodied.
Hey, remember
Yeah.
when they said? Remember when Dave Meltzer said they were trying to keep Jacob and Roman apart?
Yeah.
Love how everyone like no one's 100% right. I don't get
Beat his ass up in a boot.
why everybody was so like adamant saying, "Oh well, Dave Meltzer's wrong." Like no one has been 100% right.
Nobody gives a shit what Dave Meltzer has to say. Like, fuck that guy.
I mean, people do. I just don't. fully
Shouldn't. They
understand
shouldn't give.
why.
They should.
Because he was just that guy who
It's-
just videos. So it's like cool. Like I get the appeal of Dave Meltzer, but also who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, my
You
thing
shouldn't
is
put much
that
effort.
if you ever actually like listen to him speak, you want to put your head through a wall. And I say that in the nicest way possible because he word vomits and has a lot of like a nothing sandwich a lot where it's just like he just rambles
Yeah.
and you're like, "Okay, what are we talking about? Like what make a point. Just make a point. Get to the point, make the point and stick the landing." And then instead it's just like this weird thing, and it almost never makes sense. And you're like, okay, well, I could have had my 15 minutes back. Like that would have been fine. What is this that you took?
This was the image I was thinking of.
Oh, yeah. From
Oh,
afar.
geez, that's
Yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah.
But no, I was glad to see Jacob Fatu get in the ring and actually, beat the shit out of Roman. I do like is it Tonga's gear reminds me of Red Hood.
Oh,
Like it almost looks like
yeah.
that red
See,
bat.
yo, I forgot about this. You haven't seen him in New Japan.
Nah.
They used to wear helmets.
Ah.
So that you say he looks like Red Hood, he's worn like the full Red Hood.
Ooh, okay. Wish they would do that. Make him a little more interesting. I don't know. I'm having a hard like
I mean, out of
I
the
want
two
to
of them,
like.
he's the interesting.
Oh yeah, well yeah, that's very.
Okay.
He's
Wait, have you ever seen that video of him throwing a belt across the fucking room?
no.
I forgot. It's like a backstage thing for New Japan. He picks up the belt, or chucks it, like fully like, fuck this shit. That piece of shit. You can hear the belt hit the wall.
Jesus.
Like, who cares about honor? Just sits down like. I
Uh,
need to find this video now.
it is weird to see Roman on SmackDown 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not used to that.
It was the ROH belt. I forgot.
We didn't talk about the appearance and then debut match of on Raw. One Odyssey Jones fucking finally made an
Yeah.
appearance. Since we were talking of like notable WWE things in the last 2 weeks that we missed, obviously because we didn't record last
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was interesting. He finally came out, and they've been teasing that Xavier Woods heel turn.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Cross is getting his job done, which we've had that conversation in the past that Cross is kind of in that same boat of like a Fiend Bray Wyatt, where he's turning
People against each other.
people heel basically. Like
Yeah.
they get out of a feud with him, and even if they win the matches, sometimes they end up losing in the long run because it changes them as people. Yada yada yada. So it's kind of nice to kind of see that still like
Be the gimmick.
go. And I have seen this video before.
I do like have you all been paying attention to NXT here recently and like seeing Wesley's kind of full on heel turn?
Oh, he turned on
The Rascals.
the
I
Rascals.
fuck
I
with
wanted
it.
to say MSK, but that was his tag with
I fuck with it. I like seeing a heel Wesley.
and then he
Fuck everybody out.
and then he attacked
screws Joe Hendry. Yeah.
He's like anti TNA.
Like, y'all are in TNA. I'm in WWE. Like, oh damn. All right, cool. Shit on the promotion.
Yeah. And like, if you're healing it up, like that makes sense. Have him attack his friends and then whatever. That's fine.
I will say they're making me care about Bronson Reed. Finally.
Yeah, the
Just
6
destroying
tsunamis on Seth, and then
hitting Seth like the coast of Japan, bro. Just fucking tsunami after tsunami. Sorry, did that one catch you off guard?
Yeah, I thought about it.
It did them too.
I was like, that's funny. And then like the more I thought about it, but yeah, they did it. They did a really good job with that. And then
The blood
they're
capsule.
presenting him. Yeah, I mean that part, whatever. But they're presenting him in a dangerous light, which is great.
Now, if they can actually keep it up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Poor R-Truth, man. He was just trying to help Miz out and gets fucking tsunami'd for it multiple times.
He should always. Fuck R-Truth.
I did like on Twitter. Was it WWE posted where it was like Adam Pearce is gonna need that hard drink, and then he proceeds to like comment on it, going, The person that made this tweet
Made that-
has been dealt with and
Suspended.
fined, and
Yeah.
they're fined and suspended. No, hey, he was on Chris Van Fleet hinting about a him and Nick Aldis. You know, he's like, you know, I don't know if the people want it, and he's like, hey, Chris, like, yeah, we want, yeah, we absolutely
Yeah, they
want it.
do. Yeah.
Two
we
former,
were getting it
what was
last
the
year.
two former, what was the
NWA champion.
yeah NWA champions? Hey, I'd fuck with it. I'd be down for it. I like Adam Pearce. I think out of like all of the in the last decade general managers they've done, I've liked Adam Pearce the most consistently.
I like Nick Aldis too.
Yeah, I say I do like him
He's
as
more
well.
of a. I don't know if you actually sneezed there or not.
I didn't.
Okay.
Sneeze cucked.
Bless you. Yeah, there it is. Hey. I was waiting for it because I saw it on your face, and I know that look because I'm like, oh fuck, it's about to hit. Like it teased you,
Yeah.
and then it went, not just kidding. Fuck. Oh no, but Nick Aldis has been like a very, no nonsense, like doesn't put up with the same shit that Adam Pearce does. Like Adam Pearce is made to look more like a bit of a bitch, but like I do like that he has a personality to him and he's not just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
playing a
It all
heel or
started when
playing
he
or whatever.
cursed out Ronda Rousey. Well,
Yeah. Oh, everybody loved him then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Speaking for us. We have more in the Druid CM Punk saga with him whipping the shit out of Drew McIntyre. What? He whips the shit out of him with his belt.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I want to care about this feud anymore.
It's all about a fucking bracelet.
Yeah, like
It's not, but yeah.
it's
'Cause
not, but
I saw somebody post, and this is why I hate bad faith, like rage bait
Wait, before
Twitter
you start,
posts.
I'm gonna guess the post before you say it.
You already know it.
new game.
AW adds more belts. WWE adds more props.
No,
Let's
okay,
let
that wasn't it. I
Got
saw
some
it.
people bitching about props now.
The line was the top two feuds in WWE are over a bracelet and a necklace. And I was like,
It's kind of funny.
okay, the
Yes
feud
and no.
the feud about the bracelet started well before the bracelet. Obviously that's just the catalyst to further things. The necklace is kind of a
You're downplaying what
the
it is.
importance of, yeah. Like that's
Well, I know they were commenting on Jay wearing a blue one to his Fanatics thing.
Yeah. I was about to mention that how that got brought, like how it plays into the Fanatics thing,
Yeah.
because people gave Punk bracelets.
oh, okay.
Actually, they gave a lot of people bracelets. Rhea Ripley has a fucking sleeve of them now.
Oh, I bet. She was a big hit at that fucking thing.
Oh yeah, no, they were throwing bracelets at it like it was fucking Mardi Gras.
I mean, I wish. Oh, I mean,
No, because people were making No, I saw one fucking Reddit post like, how does her shirt stay on? Like,
Oh,
asking
the
me,
one, yeah.
tape.
like
Tape.
you're being the
Yeah, we found
you're
the
being
weirdo.
weird here. Yeah.
We found the weirdo.
Get the horny stick. Time to beat a
Bonk.
motherfucker's ass.
Yeah.
But so yeah, Jay wore a blue. I'm not gonna fucking one of y'all say it.
I don't. You gonna let the white guys try to say it? I'm not getting hit with that
Yes.
cultural appropriation.
The tribal chief necklace. What you gonna
The
do it like that?
tribal chief necklace. He's gonna listen to it real quick, see how it said.
no, I wanna, yeah. The Ulafala.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Um,
I'm pretty sure
so-
that's how you pronounce it,
yeah.
but yeah.
So hinting towards another Bloodline reunion.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
What do you
they're
think about it?
pretty much doing the same thing they did to Cody, where he had to keep adding people to help defend him. That it's like, okay, this is obviously going to be a he's gonna come out here and get his ass handed to him by 4 of them, and then somebody's gonna come rescue, or somebody, whether it be Jay or Jimmy or
But that means they would need 4 people.
Oh, I guarantee there's another cousin, brother, or
Jacob.
whatever in there.
Not Jacob Fatu.
Zilla.
Yeah, Zilla Fatu.
Or it's gonna be Sammy.
Or
Well, because Jay had hinted about them getting back tag teaming again the last Raw.
That's
true.
I could see it being Sammy.
brand split. LOL.
Well, man, that shit ain't never mattered. They pretend like it matters for a few months, and then people just start popping everywhere. Fucking Orton's on Raw challenging for the.
I mean, that makes sense though.
It doesn't. They had a fight.
No.
Yes, they had a fight for King of the Ring,
That
but
was
they're
King
on
of the
different
Ring, yeah.
brands.
But
Okay.
you can make the claim that if they didn't,
But they
fuck
fucked up the count.
Yeah.
Okay, but it.
No, you can make the claim that if they didn't fuck up the count, Randy could have won that match and he could be world heavyweight champion right now.
That's fine.
So
That
it
doesn't
does
mean
make
he
sense.
gets a title shot. That's not how
That's
that.
exactly what
That's
that
not
means.
what it means.
That's exactly what that means.
It doesn't.
He should have
It
gotten a
doesn't, but
title
it does.
shot.
It,
Yeah,
it
because
doesn't, because the refs,
should've-
like
no,
Randy
they
said in
should've-
his promo, the ref's decision is final, regardless if
Right,
it was wrong
but
or
to
not.
They
make
should've-
it up to them, and it's Randy Orton, to make it up to Randy Orton, a 14-time champion who's been in the company for 20 years.
and
You
a
go,
ref
yeah,
will
we've
put hands on a
this
ref.
got fucked up, so we should allow you to have a title match.
It still defeats the
I
purpose
don't
of the
see why
brand
that
split.
doesn't make sense. It doesn't.
It
though.
does.
Because
Yes, he
here's
fucked
the
up and he
thing.
got screwed. Doesn't mean you get to
If
jump
Gunther-
brands.
If Gunther won the title on SmackDown, the same story happens. So it doesn't matter.
What do you mean the same story happens? It
And
makes
he
sense
even
because he's
said,
on the same
if I
brand.
win the title, Gunther goes to SmackDown. So that
No,
literally
Randy
is
goes
what.
to- Randy goes
No.
to SmackDown.
No, he wins the title. He stays on Raw. Gunther then ends up going to SmackDown as a result.
Oh.
That makes no sense. Like,
Wait, no, I thought he said if he won the title, he would take it to SmackDown.
No.
see, it's too convoluted. You can't make
That's
you
dumb
can't
as
make me
shit.
believe that the brand
Alright,
split
I
makes
hate
sense when you just have.
It's Raw's champion. It's Raw's championship. So if he wins the title, he stays on Raw. Otherwise, then you'd have to have Cody go over to Raw. Like it just doesn't add up.
No,
The
no,
world champions are on Raw. The WWE champions are on SmackDown,
Eh.
like they used to do forever ago.
still can't make me believe the brand split matters.
I don't like that part. If Gunther loses, he will go to SmackDown. I hate that.
I mean, you have to have a
A replacement,
Swap.
Yeah.
Technically, Damien should be the one in line for because he lost the title and it's a rematch clause.
but they haven't been doing rematch clauses.
Yeah, they haven't.
I know, but they also don't randomly just give people fucking title shots because oops a daisy, the ref didn't see the
I'm sorry,
count.
but-
Like
But it's
I'm
it's
sorry,
still
that's
not
exactly
random.
What they're doing. No, that's exactly what they're doing on SmackDown.
I'm not saying that.
Kevin Owens gets the
That
title
is
back.
exactly what they did on SmackDown. Yeah,
Because Cody just
Cody
said,
went to
"I
bat
pick-
for
I give a
Kevin,
shit.
and then yeah,
I want to pick my challenger, and I pick Kevin Owens, who's been losing as of late. He didn't. he
Yeah,
didn't
and
win
that's
the
stupid too. I
He
hate
was
that.
picked.
It's lame. I don't want to see him face Kevin
Even
Owens because
Kevin
Kevin
Owens
Owens ain't
like,
done
hey,
right.
shit.
But the world title match makes way more sense than that.
Well, yeah, I mean that's a low bar.
So basically, both.
No,
title
but
matches
it
for
still
Berlin suck
makes
ass.
more sense.
They both suck ass. It's just one sucks a little bit less because you can actually make
I
a case for it.
Yes. But that, I mean, if you're going by the logic of
The
what they're
the
saying,
match
it
logic
makes-
isn't my issue. I can understand. Okay, if they were both on Raw, I understand. Oh yes, this was a
So
fluke.
because he's not on the same show and he got dicked around at a fucking event, he shouldn't get
No, technically, okay.
Yes,
I
that's
mean,
what a
that's-
brand split is. Like that's
No, no,
you're
'cause I can
defeating
poke
the
a giant
fucking
hole in it.
purpose.
No, I can poke a giant hole in this. Technically, Randy's cage should be for Cody's belt. Because
Because
if
King of the Ring would have been
Randy won
either.
that-
Yeah, he would have
if
faced
Randy would've
Cody.
won, he would have faced Cody at SummerSlam. No matter what.
Did they specify that though?
Yes.
I don't.
If
That
the
you won,
SmackDown
you had to
person-
go for the title that you won. I don't. Did
basically,
they
if
specify
Smack-
that?
they didn't specify it, but if SmackDown person won, they'd be going after WWE Championship. If a Raw person won, they'd be going after the World Heavyweight.
I thought they
This is-
basically got a title shot against
No,
whichever.
because that's basically what they did. Whoever won got the shot of the championship on their brand. Because Nia really didn't pick whoever. She was just told she was facing Bailey.
That's fair.
So it would have been Randy versus Cody. So his beef with Gunther makes no fucking sense.
Well,
other
because
than
it was Gunther
he
who
lost
beat
the
him
match.
in the
Yeah.
yeah. So that does make sense in that regard.
It makes sense, but there's a giant hole in it. You could have just
It's
said,
wrestling.
just
There's a
made the
giant
claim-
hole in everything, dude.
I
Yeah.
know, but don't emphasize a fucking brand split if it's not gonna actually matter 6 months down the line.
I'm playing devil's advocate. I don't really care either way.
And
We're
I
gonna
get
get
it. I
Randy
get it.
versus
It's
Gunther.
Randy Orton. Randy can do whatever the fuck he wants, and I understand that. It doesn't mean that that doesn't diminish the importance of the brand split a little bit.
I mean, it doesn't.
It does. How does it not? We're splitting
Because they
brands,
shoulda-
and we're just having people jump ship for storyline purposes. That
It's
Yeah,
not a
they made that
storyline purpose.
decision.
He's going for the title match, and they have a stipulation where if he wins the title, the guy who lost the title goes to the show.
But he
as
shouldn't-
part of the swap.
he shouldn't be able to go for that title because, like Porto said, had he won, he would have been going for Cody's title, not that one.
But they worked it out.
Cody's just
so it
handing
doesn't-
out fucking.
Right, and
title
that's
shot.
I mean that's its own
Randy should have been right there.
mess of shit. But well, that I'm sure that'll lead to the
In
eventual.
a grand scheme, it's more stupid and convoluted. But in like, if you're staring at just Gunther versus Randy, it makes perfect sense. If you take everything else out, like the whole Berlin card is probably gonna look fucky.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
standing by
Mia
this
Yim-
pay per view is not going to be
Is
good.
Mia Yim gonna be facing Nia Jax?
Yeah.
Women's.
Yeah, because I believe that's what she.
Because
I,
Liv is not
confirmed it?
defending. Liv? No, they haven't confirmed it. I think there's only 3 matches confirmed.
It's
One
it's
of 'em-
Randy
Bailey and-
versus KO, Randy versus Gunther, and the mixed tag match of Damien and
Rhea,
Rhea
Rhea.
versus Liv
Dom,
Dom.
and yeah.
Yeah,
So we're not even defending Liv's belt.
yeah. I'm kind of upset that they're doing this match this quickly.
No, just because they want to stretch out Liv and Rhea rematch. There's gonna be a ladder match at some point.
You figure
has
they do it at Bad Blood, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't see it really going.
I don't even think Bad Blood. I think it's after Bad Blood. I feel like Bad Blood is gonna be a Bloodline heavy show. But given the fact that they only do like fucking five matches a card,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it might be boosted.
I
to
mean,
seven. I think
if you're
7.
doing a 2 to 3 hour show,
You would think they had enough time,
yeah,
but who knows?
I had fucking time.
No,
That's
I don't think Bash and Berlin's gonna be any good. I think it's gonna be a
I
mid
think
pay
it'll
per
be
view.
okay. It'll be great matches. I just think no one's gonna care about them.
I think the only match that I'll care about is Randy or the two I'll care about as of right now is Randy and Gunther and the mixed tag match. I don't really care about Cody and Kevin.
I don't even care about the mixed tag match.
I saw a thing, a theory,
An Austin
about
theory.
about Cody's reign that I'm intrigued by, because if they do it this way, I feel like it would make a ton of sense. They've been, I think they're setting up for like a pretty decent heel turn for Cody down the road,
He ain't turning heel.
huh?
He ain't turning heel.
I mean, I could see it happening. I feel like they'll learn from their mistakes of like a Cena thing, where you just keep him
Face for his life.
stale, and you know what I mean. Like the crowd turns on him, and oh yeah, he sells merch for kids and blah blah blah. But like they can do that with whoever, and I don't mean like with whoever, but you know what I mean. Like they can.
The guy at they posted a video about the guy at Fnatic saying Cody Rhodes is keeping up the fucking WWE sales team. Like him alone.
Yeah.
They're not doing it. It's gonna be
I-
Cena 2.0. He's not turning heel.
I don't think it'll be that bad.
I
As
do
far as,
think
like,
I do
Cena
think
2.0. I just don't think I don't think it'll be that bad. I think what they're setting up is I feel like Kevin's eventually going to turn on him, if not turn on him during the match or
Oh,
before the match or after
he'll
the
turn
match or
heel.
whatever.
Yeah,
Right.
like
Yeah.
because that's where I'm confused. Is because like
And they'll do the
guaranteed.
same thing with Randy. And I think he's just going to bit by bit lose all of the people around him to make him kind of like rake. That was the theory I saw. Like it was more detailed than that, but I thought that was very intriguing to kind of see because he's in a lot of, I guess, nothing feuds. But like I don't know what would constitute a non-nothing feud. Like the AJ feud was fine, the matches were good. I don't, it, we're in this weird place where it's like, okay, so they're having good matches, but that's not good enough. It's telling a pretty decent story, but that's not good. Like
well, they're wanting a bloodline
we
payoff. That's
know,
the issue.
right, and I get that, but obviously that
Can't
tied
always
up into
be.
something else, and yeah,
But
like
if the rumors are right and the next WrestleMania is gonna be Cody versus The Rock, and they're saving that, he's gonna have nothing but nothing feuds the entirety.
I don't even
right.
consider him nothing feuds
So what do you
though.
do? You keep him off of TV until WrestleMania season?
Yeah, they didn't like that when
it's
Roman
some
was like that.
weird.
He's gonna have feuds that like you want to be interested in, but it's never gonna feel like a big payoff. Because
Here's the problem we run into.
They need to raise SmackDown's main roster scene better.
Sure, and I agree with that. The problem I'm saying, like we run into, is okay. So if they're setting that up, let's say they're not setting it up, right? Let's just say that WrestleMania plans are up in the air. We don't know officially what's happening. Who do you have him lose it to if it's not the like? Okay, so he's gonna feud with The Rock. Is he gonna lose to The Rock?
I hope not.
No,
Right.
I hope not either.
So okay, so then what? Who do you have him lose it to eventually?
Punk.
Given the current SmackDown, no,
Sure. Yeah.
not because that would mean Punk would be on SmackDown at that point. I don't know. That's the thing. That's why I'm like SmackDown. It This is a byproduct of giving Roman that long ass reign. Pun not intended.
Because you have no one set up for a pass
Because
off.
he went through the entire roster.
Yeah, but that was
A
Roman
few
going through the entire
times.
roster. So
Yeah,
okay, but you have a
okay.
different champion who can then go through, and not I don't mean go through that same roster, but you know what I mean. Like
No, because that devalues everyone. If Cody was able to beat Roman,
He's a step
that
above them.
puts him, yeah, that puts him above them.
right.
None of them could get the job done. Cody did.
But none of them got the job done against Roman because Roman had a ton of help. So you can
That's true,
argue
too.
that point too, where like
You could try, but I feel like in the eyes of like the most normal watcher, that everyone's a step down because of that. I could be wrong, but that's the way I see it. Everyone is a step down because of what Roman did. And you haven't built up a main event like scene because you spent all this time building up Cody to take that spot.
Yeah.
So now you
right.
have to
So then
work
who would
around
you
up to
have?
build up.
I have an
Okay,
answer
so
to that.
Right now, I don't
Let's
have
not talk
anyone
about
because they haven't-
current.
I have an
All right.
answer.
So who would you build up then to take?
My
out of the
AJ.
no.
I know he's
wouldn't
lost,
do
but I would say I think you could build AJ up to be the guy that dethrones Cody, and I would be okay with that.
I mean, I'm all for another AJ title run. I just don't think he'll be the one that does it.
Oh yeah, will they do that? No, but I think they could. I think you could absolutely make the OC kind of a bloodline and make them actually win matches and be devastating, and set him up to kind of be that head of the table for them and dethrone Cody.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't see it happening, but I understand what you're saying.
So let's even talk. You just want to disagree
so
with me tonight, don't you?
I kind of yeah.
Dickhead.
But let's even just talk. Okay, so somebody who's not a main event player now that they can propel into the main event scene.
Andrade.
I'm looking. No, because I'm looking on that roster. Like, I'm looking at the complete roster, Raw, SmackDown, NXT included. And like right now, I couldn't tell you someone that could be. I would love to. No,
You had a name. You can say the
I'm
name
talking
and then
about
tell me why you immediately said no.
Oh, if we're doing
Because I am
entire,
just curious.
it would have been Montez.
Montez.
And I said no immediately because then for him to beat Cody, he would have to be a heel in that situation.
Which I'm okay with.
I can't see Cody going heel. If any time was a time for him to go heel, it would have been AEW, and he refused, and he just didn't want to. So in the way WWE is right now, and the way his position is as top baby face and like the biggest merch seller and all that, he's not going.
I don't think he's going heel like tomorrow or within the next month or two. I think it's going to be a slow burn of it.
It would have to be a very slow burn because I don't see the Cody trend stopping merch wise, at least with kids.
No, but I do think both Cody and WWE will learn from the mistake of like, I'm going to pigeonhole myself into never doing this one thing because it could, like, heel Cena could have been amazing. And I understand like the whole Make a Wish and all that stuff. And he broke records and all, I do
Yeah,
get all of that. Marketing wise, I fully understand it. From a fan wise, though, like, obviously it wasn't ideal. Um, I mean, the problem we're running into is okay, so let's say they build somebody up. We'll just take wrestler X. They're gonna build this person up to be a main event player in a few months, 6, 7 months from now, right? Because it's gonna take a little bit of time. Every feud Cody's gonna be in is gonna be a nothing feud because you're gonna assume he's gonna win. And like I don't yeah, I know, I understand. I just don't I don't I don't really understand how to help people solve the problem here because it's you can't have him lose the title
yeah,
yet. And I listen, he doesn't need a fucking 2-year reign like Roman does. Not that Roman needed that reign either, but like you don't need to have another extended, long, obnoxious reign. And yes, this will be our last point before we wrap it up. I know. Sorry, guys. I just wanted to spark some conversation. Uh, I just, like we can't win here because we're like, oh, Cody's gonna win again. So like, let's just not care. Because then the alternative is just keep him off of TV until there's time for him to have something where the possibility of him losing feels more legit.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a weird situation to be
Yeah. I don't consider them nothing feuds. I mean, I think the AJ feud, it's all trying to present him as a champion because you've had him be presented as the chaser. And the comment I had when he won is that I hope they portray him as well as a holding champion as they do a chasing.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like we always, not we, because I think we're way more reasonable than your standard fucking fan is. But like, it's always about the chase, and then as soon as the person gets the title, watch the fans turn on them. And it didn't take long for them to turn on Cody.
Yeah.
And I wait for like LA Knight's gonna get turned on at some point for being the US champion. Sami Zayn got turned on for being the Intercontinental, and I think
That one I kind of understood.
part of that was everybody wanted Gable, but like obviously Sami Zayn is still great. Hopefully they don't turn on Braun Breaker. They didn't turn on Gunther. I will say that.
Yeah.
That's the one time, but he was also a heel champion. So like a face champion always seems to be like, yeah, he finally won. Okay,
Fuck this
great.
guy.
Can't wait till he loses so he goes back to, you know what I mean? Like it's a fucking weird
Yeah.
thing. That's it. Rant and all that shit. My apologies, guys.
No, you're fine.
You're fine.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is where we're going to end tonight. A little long-winded for us tonight, but we haven't seen you guys in 2 weeks, so we wanted to make sure you got your money's worth. We will be back next week with our continuance episode, and as always, from this group to you
All in, fall out.
all in, yeah.
No fights this time, hopefully.
Like,
I'm kind of hoping for one,
yeah,
just for
just
fun.
just to keep
Keep
it
spirit
going.
alive,
You know,
Jack Perry versus
it's like
Britt Baker.
Christmas now. You know, it's
Oh
just
my
an
God.
expectation.
We already had a potential backstage with Britt Baker. We don't need another.
But we will catch you guys on the other side of the ring. Good night.